Feel that?
Freaking plot armor.
Oh, ouch.
You okay?
Yes, I touched a very hot teacup. It's huge. Look at the size of it. Look, it's very
Alright.
heavy. It's heavy.
Jesus! Okay, that's
big.
very, very big.
I stole it from my sister. She's gonna come back and be really angry, but it's fine.
Okay, we might get a cameo from your sister then.
She's gonna storm in and take her teacup back.
Alright. Fellow adventurers, I want you to roll for recap
Oh no.
whenever you're ready.
Oh god, I don't have any notes. This is a bad idea.
You can go off memory if, like, you know, worst case.
19.
I'm looking for the closest number to a 3.
8.
Oh.
5.
Aelin,
This is probably a good choice.
the note MVP gets to go.
The
Okay.
person who logs the... So, yeah, probably a good choice.
Okay, so we pull back up at midday at the swamp. Ilya's a little bit injured still. Kor's making himself a drink, and Yurik acquires himself a semi-damaged scimitar. Baron takes us all up to his room to have a chat with Cloud. Sorry.
A
Some
clout
days
with
you just
Chad.
think that- Yeah. Cloud tells us that the creepy floating guy tells us about the creepy floating guy and the bandits, and a little bit about the goblins. And then we go and we ask Captain Featherbeard all the same stuff, and also he heals Ilya, and we take him back to the swamp so he can drink away his pain. Then we decide we need information about the bandits, the floaty dude, and the goblins, so we go to the bookshop, but it's closed. Cor becomes an elf lady, and he and Baron go for tea and wait while we wait on the bookshop. Yurik checks out the potion shop while Ilya and Jade are rocks. There we go. He finds out some info and gets a free sample of some potion. Ilya sneaks into the bookshop, steals some keys, and unlocks the door for Yurik. Yurik looks around, finds nothing, and love isn't super helpful since he's worried about his keys, which he'll never find again.
Rip keys.
The date is wild, and Cor flees after stealing some silverware, leaving Baron in the dust, wondering where his lovely lady elf friend went. Baron does some information seeking from Love and Tome. He buys 5 potions from Tome, well, 4 and get 1 free. We see a messenger bird. Ilya goes and tricks his way into getting the letter that arrived. It was for Evening Cloud from the Royal Guard, saying that he was a suspected criminal.
Hey,
We should,
Baron.
Baron.
we show him
What?
Okay.
Okay, I don't know what that was. I didn't hear.
going or no, or
Say again. Yeah, I just might as well.
we show him the letter, and he's rather distraught. We show him. We leave him to his stress and go to bed. Yurik sleeps in his own room, and Baron shares his room with the rest of us. Ultimately, we learn that the bandits are in the forest to the northeast, the creepy dude went north with his goblin henchmen, and the goblins usually stay in the south. Also, there's some folklore about a green oozy demon and a blue-faced, red-nosed boogeyman of the east. Spooky dude seems stronger now, and he showed up during the morning and when the bar was busy, as opposed to before. Well,
Thank you so much for the recap. I have a quick question. Yeah. Baron, hello.
Whoa!
Hey, you're not even that late. You just came after the recap. Perfect timing.
yeah.
Oh, good.
I have a really quick question. Did I actually say where the captain went after, like, for the night, or did I just not mention him at all?
How did it
I
go?
think you said
I didn't take any notes.
No, I didn't.
Okay, if I didn't say anything about the captain, I'm gonna say that he, like, slept in one of the rooms, like in one of the spare rooms or something. Or, like,
I think that's what you had said already.
Okay, just double check because I wasn't sure. I was thinking, like, man, where did I leave him? He wasn't still on the pier, right? And I was like, nah, okay, that didn't happen. Okay, cool.
No, I think he was in one of the rooms.
All right, adventurers, welcome back. It's creaking up to dawn to morning. Is dawn the one in the morning? Dawn and dusk?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
Yes.
As the sun rises, you find yourselves in a warm, lovely, very big bedroom. Most of you do. Yurik does not find himself in a very nice, lovely, warm, big bedroom. He finds himself in a very small, cramped, tiny bedroom with his cleaning equipment. As you guys kind of, look around and come to, and the the sun sort of shines through the windows. Yes.
Before, just before dawn, Elia probably would have gotten up, changed their hair and makeup and a little bit of appearance to something maybe a little bit more feminine.
Okay, sweet. Cool. Alright, so as the sun is rising, Ilya has already been up for some amount of time getting ready. The rest of you are just now waking up, I'm presuming, unless anybody else wants to wake up at a different time for any reason.
Lion. Lazy snooze.
Just light snooze for a little bit. As you guys sort of come to, you notice that Jade isn't with you guys. Who knows where he went? Oh no, I guess we'll find out when Emma comes back. Oh. So he's not here for the time being. But the rest of you guys, for the most part, wake up and okay, Yerrick, what time are you getting up? Are you getting up kind of roughly? Well, actually, you'd have a morning shift, so you'd be scheduled to wake up early. Are you getting up early, or are you sleeping in?
Do I still work there?
Well, it's up to you. That's why I'm inquiring into your activities. So since you've generally in the past you've been the janitor, you've had to get up somewhat early, kind of at the crack of dawn. Just in general, it's up to you to decide whether or not you want to.
Yeah, I guess so. Just a normal routine, yeah.
Alright, so you get up slightly earlier than everybody else. You get up maybe roughly the same time as Ilya does. And what do? You're going straight down to do your shift, or
go downstairs? Yeah. See if I can find the owner of the bar.
Alright, so you grab your stuff, you head down. Everybody's sleeping at this point still, for the most part. There aren't really any patrons. You walk down, you've got your stuff in hand, you're carrying your cleaning equipment, your broom. As you kind of walk down the stairs, you look around the bar, and you don't see much of anything at the moment. You notice Cloud, uncharacteristically, is sleeping on the counter. The door to the tavern is still locked and hasn't been unlocked. There are no patrons, and it's not very light inside.
Well, I guess, how's the bar looking? Is it pretty dirty? I don't know.
Oh, it's pretty clean. Since last night, nothing else has happened. There are still some kind of permanent stains from the blood in the floorboards. They haven't really come out. There's only so much you can do with an actual broom. So those haven't completely come out. There's some... I mean, it's scuffed from the battle that you guys had, but past that, it's reasonably orderly because, well, there haven't been any patrons yet in the morning. Seeing as Cloud himself has not woken up from his slumber and is curled up in a little ball on the counter.
Alright, well, I guess I'll just clock in, get to work, see what I can.
Alright, you walk up to the clock-in machine. I didn't actually think that... Well, okay, I'm not okay, if you want, you can just start...
I'm literally gonna clock in, but you know.
Alright, so you start sweeping around. In the meantime, at this point, what are you other peeps in the other room doing at this point? Ilya, you're kind of awake, so... What are you up to?
Kind of.
I mean, if there's, like... If I've already, like, you know, done all my, like, makeup stuff and whatnot, and... if there's extra time, I'll probably just start, like, painting some rocks.
Yeah.
Alright, you pull out some rocks, you pull out some painting gear, and while Yerrick is downstairs doing his cleaning shenanigans, you're painting rocks.
Yep.
How long do the other two want to sleep in for before you guys decide to... Well, actually, what are you guys doing? Are you guys sleeping in, or are you guys getting up?
He's gonna sleep until 8 a.m. because he needs his beauty sleep.
Alright, 8 a.m. I'm gonna say that's like maybe an hour and a half from right now. So you got a bit of time before you're up. Core, what about you? How late do you want to sleep?
He's gonna sleep until someone wakes him up.
Sleep until someone... Okay, cool. Okay, that means our early interactable people right now, Ilya and Yerrick. If you guys just want to keep doing what you're doing, we can skip forward in time. Otherwise, is there anything else you want to do for the hour and a half that you have before...
Well, I imagine there's like an hour and a half worth of work to do, so...
Nah, definitely not. It looks pretty clean. From what you can see, looking around, I mean, it's a little bit dusty as it always is. There's some, there's some spills and stuff from last night, it looks like. I don't know if you necessarily got around to doing too much sleeping last night because of what happened. But it's not too bad. I mean, after you do your business and you clean up...
How's that looking? Does he look like... Is he sleeping, or is he like passed out on the counter, like hungover?
No, he's well. Okay, roll an investigation check, or no, actually, you can just roll a perception check for me.
All right.
Just general perception.
It's 12. Yeah.
Yeah, you can tell he's sleeping. He's snoring. He's inhaling. You know, he looks like he's resting up.
How like oh, never mind. Sorry.
No, wait, go for it.
No. What else can I do? I don't know.
Well, I mean, you've got the whole tavern to yourself at the moment. Is there anywhere where you want to look or anything you want to do? You can kind of
No.
look around if you want.
I mean, if there's nothing else for me to do, just go outside and stroll around for a bit, I guess.
Okay, so you walk up to the door and you try to open it, but the door at the moment is locked from the inside.
Oh, okay.
So if you just
Can I
push on it
unlock
or
it
like
from
try to
the
open it, it's not going to open.
Okay.
Or well, unless you want to roll a strength check or anything like that to break it down,
no, I'm
or do
good.
something else.
I don't want to break down this dude's door. There's not much else to do then. Do I have any? Wonder if I have any books or anything to read. There's literally nothing else to do at this point of time. So, like,
I mean, would you have any books? I mean, you have a bedroom upstairs. I'll let you decide whether or not you have some sort of.
I do a
reading
bedroom
tool.
upstairs, but I don't know anything that's in it. So I don't think there's anything in it. So I might just go back in my room and like chill.
For the hour and a half? Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Ilya, what about you? Are you just going to be painting rocks until Baron decides to get up, or anything else you want to do for the time being?
I've probably just done one. It's just basically got some creepy little eyes on it. That's really Alia's main thing.
Alright, cute. Another party member. I like it.
Oh no, Ilia just likes to leave rocks around random places with these spooky little eyes on them.
Wait, so you're just going to leave it somewhere in the
Okay.
tavern? That's going to be... it's gonna
Yeah,
scare somebody.
Ilia's
Okay.
probably gonna find some place to just leave these like little rocks.
Do I see this rock before or after I go to sleep? Or do I see it at all? I wonder.
Wait, go to sleep. Are you going back to sleep?
No, not sleep. Sorry, go back and chill.
Well, that depends. I mean, Ilya, are you in the bedroom still with everybody else?
Yeah, Ilia's
Then...
still in the bedroom underneath the table.
Yeah, okay, so Yarek, unless you're specifically wanting to go into that bedroom, which you can, there
Okay,
isn't a
so
lock
I
on
want
that door.
I'm not gonna go into the bedroom. So.
Alright, so you just go back to your place. So you guys haven't run into each other at all. Although I will say that, okay, Ilya, you would have probably heard him moving around, especially with his brooms and stuff.
Okay.
Really?
But if there's... Yes.
Are there any windows in this room?
Yeah, there are windows. But only on one side.
Okay. Can I attempt to go out the window?
You can definitely try. It's kind of like a porthole to like a ship because the upper half of this area is like a. It's meant to be like it's like a boat. So there are windows and they're porthole shaped. So you can try go out if you like. What would you like to do?
Just want to leave one of these little rocks on the roof.
On the roof. Okay.
That's it. And then come back.
You can walk out the door. There's like a no, it's not really a door. If you walk outside of the room, well,
Okay.
through the door outside of your room, there is to your side a kind of curtain that you can walk out onto, and there's like a little balcony on the second floor. If you want to walk there, you can walk up to the top deck of the ship, or even from the inside. Actually, there's a way to get to the top deck.
Yeah, I guess I'll just go out the balcony then.
All right, you go out onto the balcony, and you can, if you look out from the balcony, you can see the top, like the roof of the inn from where you're standing, because the first floor has kind of like a normal roof structure with tiles and everything. If you look around kind of behind you from the direction which you came, the rest of the building is kind of just this boat. So the roof of that is kind of just the deck of this kind of ship-looking thing. Where would you like to leave your stone?
I'm actually gonna just like lean over the balcony and just drop it.
Okay. Okay, I'm gonna say, yeah, okay. So you lean over the balcony, you drop your stone, and since the roof is tilted, as soon as it hits the shingles of the roof, it immediately starts bouncing and rolling down the roof. And as it sort of rolls
Does
down...
it land on the ground kind of naturally almost?
Roll for me a raw d20.
Okay.
Just for the heck of it.
It's a 10.
10? Okay, yeah. It rolls, it falls off, and it lands onto the ground next to a tabaxi waiting outside. And he kind of looks around as if he heard something and doesn't really realize that a stone just fell from the sky.
Okay, can I go back inside now?
Yeah, you can go back inside. All right.
Sneakily.
Okay, you very sneak. Okay, roll for me a stealth check. If you want to be sneaky.
Okay, it's a 9.
9. Relatively sneaky. You trip a little bit on the curtain on the way back in, but for the most part, nobody notices you. Definitely nobody saw you with the rock, so that was totally incognito.
And to be fair, that's my lowest. That is as low as I could roll without it being a 1.
Oh, what? That's a crazy modifier. Holy crap. Pardon my French. Alright. An hour and a half passes. Nobody has yet woken Core up. He's sleeping soundly. Baron, this is about the time that you'd probably be getting up with your natural
Yes.
circadian rhythm.
Yes, Baron wakes up refreshed, having a good night's sleep. He feels as beautiful as ever, as he said, Bazinga! And his outfit transforms into another very exotic looking golden overalls. Yes,
Okay.
that's his outfit for today.
Wait, golden overalls like painter overalls like Mario? Okay. I dig it.
No, it's just gonna be like Aladdin kind of thing.
Oh.
Like feels like Aladdin today.
Okay. Alright, you're looking pretty fabulous. Putting other people to shame. Jeez, these fashion choices.
Yeah.
Alright, so as you wake up, you kind of look around. You notice that Core is still sleeping. Jade is gone. There's a dent in the ground. Ilya, are you still in the room?
Yeah, Ely's probably sitting on the table at this point.
Alright, you see Ilya sitting on top of the table. You don't see Eric because he wasn't sleeping with you guys. You also don't see the captain anywhere. What do you do? Core looks very snug and safely sound asleep.
He's like starfished up on the bed. Tiny Core is just like on the middle.
Tiny
of the
Core
bed.
looks overly comfortable.
Yep.
What do we want to do?
You have infinite options and possibilities. Captain Featherbeard, as far as you know, is somewhere on this floor, sleeping in one of the rooms. Yerrick is in his own bedroom as well.
I go and wake up Core.
Alright, how would you like to do this?
Baron casts Mage Hand, and the Mage Hand goes and slaps Core 5 times across the face.
Rude awakening.
Okay. Does Mage Hand do any damage?
It doesn't do any damage.
No.
It's just meant to be like a hand.
Hold on.
Alright.
I don't
When I
think
see
so.
that mage hand, Ely is gonna go, like, approaching Core. Ely is gonna go and just hide under the table. I was not
Oh.
part of this.
Oh, yeah, also quickly, by the way, if you guys haven't taken a long rest, please do. Like on the
Wait,
D&D
I
Beyond
see-
page.
Oh, we have, yeah.
I just need to get my spells up. 1 sec. I did not prepare this.
Alright, so Core gets slapped awake by
Yeah,
Mage
I
Hand.
was just gonna kick you, but now we're getting personal. That was 5
Oh my
seconds.
god. This got very
It's
intense
Mage
very
Hand.
quickly.
Mage Hand, so my body is not there. So you don't
You're-
even know who cast it.
No, I'm just gonna cast a random spell. Hold on.
Okay.
Just gonna burn down the entire place.
Yeah, very Brian. Spells, okay. Ooh, I can do some cool stuff. Sorry, I'm really excited by wizard spells. They're just so nice. Oh, I don't want to kill you. Nasty.
Gets slapped, kills friend.
How many hit points do you have, Baron? Just out of
I'm not
interest.
telling you.
Okay. Okay, this seems like something he would.
Just be careful, you guys are like level 1.
Yeah, that's true. I don't want to kill someone.
Be very careful. I don't want you guys
All
to
of
die
these-
yet.
All of these could kill someone,
So
Then
don't do
don't
it.
cast
Come on.
You could
but I think you would.
prestidigitation
I mean,
some sparks. Or change the color of Baron's hair.
Yeah,
Yes.
just. Not everything has to be killing. Jeez.
that's a good
Says
quote. Not everything
you.
has to be killed.
Says Queenie.
Wait, I
Uh,
just cast Mage Hand for a few wake up slaps.
How hard were the slaps? Okay.
It can't attack.
Okay. Oh. Okay, I'll wake up and can I roll a perception check to see who did that?
Yeah, sure.
Ooh, okay. It's not okay, it's a 14. I keep expecting Brian's +9, it's just not.
14.
The same.
All right, just from looking around, you can see that Jade isn't there. Yerrick isn't here. The only other two people with you in this room right now are Baron and Ilya. And looking at Ilya, you don't get the impression that Ilya would have done it.
Can I turn Baron's hair orange with prestidigitation? Just
I think so. I guess.
Yeah.
I mean, what are the limits to prestidigitation?
enjoy looking like a carrot all day, Baron.
That's really mean. All right, you turn.
No, I'm not talking like a pretty redhead orange. I'm talking bright neon orange.
That's
Neon
okay.
orange. All right, so you perform prestidigitation, and before you stands a tall, somewhat handsome candle now, where Baron once stood.
Ah, yes.
Baron, you're looking good. You're looking very fiery, very passionate. And I'm gonna say that in this time, while you guys have been having your interactions, if nobody else has done anything, Yerrick, are you still in your room?
I imagine maybe like you'd be yelling and stuff now, so I would have heard them or something.
Well, if they were yelling, they would have said something. Did you guys yell anything?
They just turn each other's
Baron
hair.
got
like,
very angry.
Yeah, I
How
think Cole
dare you
probably-
do that?
All right, you hear. How dare you do? Actually, I want you to roll a perception check for me, Yerrick.
Oh my god! All right.
Let's see if you hear it or not, or if you're too involved with whatever it is you're doing in your tiny room.
3.
3, you don't hear anything. It's peaceful. It's quiet.
Alright, I'm still chilling. Don't worry.
You're chilling out, Max. Relaxing, all good.
And
Okay.
then Baron gets so angry. He's like, "You're gonna get you got this coming for you, you little bitch. You think you're all good, but you're just a little pixie. And you know what? You're compensating for something because your size is so small, and yet your ego is so big." And through this, he casts a vicious mockery.
Oh, you're
my
starting
God.
this.
Oh my
okay.
god.
Cast a
What's-
vicious mockery.
What's the
What a
effect
good
of vicious mockery again?
So I use a string of insults to a creature.
Oh, just
They
did that,
must
yeah.
take a wisdom saving throw.
I'm pretty good at that, okay.
All
I'll
right,
take
roll
one
a
D4
whiz
plus-
save.
Hey, it's a 19 plus.
Doesn't
Wait,
matter.
where's my wisdom savings? Plus 4, so it's 23.
Dang. Okay.
Yeah.
Very very wise.
Not really, but yeah.
All right. So you attempt vicious
Core
mockery.
does not give a shit.
Core is
Yes.
immune. Core takes the insults. He's just looking at your orange hair and he can't stop smiling.
Yeah.
Can I get up, just stand on the bed, and turn into a better version of Baron with like his old hair?
A better version. You certainly can.
Yeah, and then I jump off the bed and I'd be like, I'm gonna go get a drink. And he goes downstairs.
You guys are such a chaotic party. Oh my god. Party in very loose quotations. All right. While all this had gone down, I'm gonna say that in the meantime, Cloud had woken up. He opened the bar. There's like another 2 patrons there. As you walk down, you notice, just by looking around, kind of, it looks pretty clean. Cloud is there, standing where he usually stands, right behind the bar, wiping a glass. Kind of, that's his like sort of generic pose. He's usually doing that. A lot of glasses to be cleaned, and he's cleaning them very slowly, it seems. At the counter, you also see Captain Featherbeard sitting there with kind of a glum look on his face. Not surprisingly, given what's happened to his beloved ship, his baby. And there's another tabaxi sitting at a table towards the window with a drink, staring outside. You're kind of at the back as you kind of come down from the staircase, so they don't notice you immediately. What is it that you would like to do?
Me?
No, Core. Isn't it Core the one that went down?
Yeah.
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 You said Yerrick. Sorry.
Wait, did I actually say Eric?
I don't know.
I
Did you?
think so. I will take. Okay. So
Shoot,
I've gone
okay.
down.
Redact that if I said that. Core, you make it right down and you see all of this.
Okay. I'm gonna go to the bar and start making myself a drink. And if Clyde gives me any dirty looks, I will just make him one as well.
Okay, as you kind of walk behind the counter, immediately Cloud kind of like, he perks up and he kind of looks at you and watches you as you sort of... What is it exactly?
Baron, by the way.
Say again?
I look like Baron, by the way.
Yes. So he looks at Baron with his normal hair. With his regular hair that he's used to seeing him with. Walk behind the counter. And he perks up a bit. He doesn't... He just kind of watches you as you do what exactly? You've got the bar there. You can reach underneath for a glass and pour yourself a beer from the tap if you'd like, or...
Beer? Nah, I'm making a vodka orange, mate.
Alright, so you reach under... You have to walk... Okay, you walk around Cloud. Sorry, excuse me, pardon me. As he watches you. You walk all the way to the edge towards the door where all the vodka is kept underneath the counter. You pick up a big... a big bottle of vodka. There's slightly less here than there should be, but you pick up one. And you pour yourself a glass. And... What else do you do? Do you pour another one for Cloud as he's sitting there? Captain Featherbeard is also at the counter kind of watching you in silence. Just
Alright, I'll start mixing drinks for everyone, because I'm good at that.
Alright. Cloud
This is
sort of
fast as
shrugs
I
and he
can.
walks around to the other side of the bar and sits down.
Okay. I'm making drinks for everyone.
He's taking his day
It's
off.
what, 9 a.m.? Drinks all around, guys.
Alright, so as you start pouring some drinks, pouring some vodka this early in the morning at like 8:30 a.m. Cloud goes around the side, he sits down. Now that the two of them are sitting down, you kind of get a better glimpse of what they actually look like. Not having looked at them too closely up until now, you notice that Cloud himself he looks pretty old and very tired. He's got a few grey hairs, he's very fuzzy face. He's very fluffy and he's got very cute ears, but he looks like he's been around for quite a while. You can't tell exactly how old he is, but is there some noise somewhere?
Is that Quinny?
Is this?
I went
Oh.
Oh, hello. Yeah, okay. So you look at him and he looks like he's been through a lot. You can tell he's kind of worn down. He doesn't have any scarring or anything like that, but he's definitely a bit older. He's got a kind of honey-colored fur coat, I guess, with a few grey hairs around the edges kind of his face. You can't tell if there are any creases in his face because his fur kind of hides it well. But you get the impression that he's not too young. Captain Featherbeard, on the other hand, now looking at him more closely, despite his feathery bird face, he does look quite a lot younger than Cloud himself.
Is he an arrow crow?
Yes, he is. He's
Aw.
a big bird boy.
Okay.
He's got a nice yellow beak, very white bristling feathers. They're always kind of puffed out and perked, no matter where you see him. They're neither of them are very slim. They've both got a bit of a belly that you'd get from drinking a lot of alcohol, but neither of them are very rotund past that point.
Okay.
Captain Featherbeard himself does look like he has some muscle on him.
If only I was into birds.
If you had to guess, you'd say maybe. I mean, from your reference point, he looks like a human would look maybe in their 20s, 30s, whereas
Oh, he's young.
Cloud himself looks like maybe he'd be in his 50s. So as they sort of sit down, they look at you, and Cloud looks up at you and greets you with a good morning. Thank you for the drink.
Yeah, I'm just creating little showers of sparks to keep them happy.
The showers of sparks. Oh, I didn't see these sparks before. Is this a new trick that you've learned?
Apparently. I'm just waiting for Orange Baron to make his appearance.
Well, we don't have many patrons at the moment, so feel free to spark as much as you like, so long as you don't catch anything on fire. And yeah.
That would be fun.
He kind of looks to the captain, and Actually, I want you to roll a perception check for me, as they're sitting next to each other at the bar.
I'm gonna switch dice and use my liquidy one. That was a bad idea. That was a 7.
7? They just look like good friends. They're kind of looking at each other, and they look back at you. They're kind of smiling. They seem to be enjoying their drinks.
Oh ho ho.
Alright. What is everybody else doing upstairs? Mr. Candlehair Ilya and Yerek, how are you
Candle
guys?
hair.
I'm imagining like this Jimmy Neutron hair for some reason that's like completely orange and like almost glowing.
Guys, better be nice to me if you want me to
Mr.
change that.
Candle Hair says the magic word Bazinga as his clothes turn into another one. He is wearing a very beautiful beret. Yes. And like he looks like a hipster artist. But yes, his
Wait, a
candle
beret as
is-
well. Hey, hold on. I think only your chest plate can morph, right? I don't think it can split into that much stuff. You've gotta
It
rock
says
that
a
hairdo.
normal
Man.
set of. It says a normal set of clothing, and it says including accessories.
Including
Okay.
Accessories.
I'm gonna say only the stuff that you already have. So if you have like pants and like something on your arms and stuff, that can morph. If you don't have any sort of a helmet or anything like that, I'm not gonna let you make a hat out of thin air.
Okay, whatever.
That is high level magic.
I'll just use my disguise kit and give myself a hat.
How long are you gonna spend dyeing your hair? You could just ask him to change it back.
Alright, so okay, so you're crafting a hat, is that what I'm understanding?
Yes.
Alright, I want you to roll a raw d20.
Okay. 12.
12, it's alright. It looks like you made it. But it works.
Okay.
It's a hat. Alright. What would you like to do? Any of you guys? Actually, Yerek, are you still chilling?
Nah, I'm probably making my way down by now.
Alright,
Into
you
the,
exit
bars
your
there.
room, you kind of walk out. If the other two are still in the bedroom, then you don't notice them. Unless you...
Ilya probably would have been watching the hat making in amusement before just going downstairs.
Alright.
Like, wouldn't have stayed for its completion, just is amused that it's happening.
Yeah, right, Yerek, so you walk downstairs, I'm guessing, and then Ilya, you follow kind of closely behind. You kind of walk out, I'm gonna say that you walk out roughly the same time. And you make your way down the
Say hi to
staircase.
Cloud, I guess.
Say again.
Gonna say hello to Cloud. Just tell him that I cleaned up the shop a bit beforehand.
Yeah, right, so you run into him downstairs. You see him sitting at the bar rather than bartending behind it. You see Baron downstairs, and you see Captain Featherbeard also sitting. Do you just want to walk up to him and like pat him on the shoulder and say hi or something, or how do you want to do this?
Just say hi like a normal person. You know?
Alright, so just like a very normal person, you walk up and you kind of wave and you say, hey, wiped up the shop.
Hey, how's
And
it
he
going?
turns around and he says, good morning. Thank you, I've noticed. Yeah, it looks very nice, thank you. And he motions for you to come over to him.
Yeah, I walk over to him.
Alright.
Say, hey, what's up?
He kind of reaches out his hand and he waits for you to reach out yours. As if he's going to pay you for the work.
Oh,
'Cause
yeah.
you've done this
I
before,
do
you
know.
know exactly what this, like, kind of, how this interaction goes. And he gives you 1 silver piece.
Wow, thanks.
No worries, thank you for cleaning, as always.
Yeah, no problem.
And he locks eye contact with you for a bit. And he kind of awkwardly kind of starts turning around again. And at this point, Ilya, you walk downstairs as well.
Yep, Ilya's just gonna kind of stroll up, sit down next to Captain Featherbeard.
Captain Featherbeard sees you. Good morning, how are you doing?
Much better.
That's good to hear, it's nice to see you. Cheers, he says as he holds up his glass, despite you not having one.
Oh yeah, Core's like just waiting to make more drinks. You have to order one with him.
As opposed to ordering, Ilya will actually just pull out their like hip flask, which is just water, and cheers, Captain Featherbeard.
You kind of knock glasses. Tink.
Core rolls his eyes. Disappointed.
Cloud is kind of watching you intently, and he's thinking to himself like, actually, hold on. What is he thinking to himself? He doesn't know it's not you. He thinks he is 150% convinced that you're Baron. He rolled a nat 1, so he has no idea. He does not have any clue. He's
That
totally
means he's
convinced.
gonna freak when he sees another one.
Hasn't he?
Yeah.
Wait, he saw that. Oh, okay.
We've all seen
Yeah.
Core transform at this point.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. So
But if he rolls a nat 1,
Yeah. Ilya's gonna kind of just give Core Baron a look, and then go back to his conversation.
Actually, also. Oh, Captain Featherbeard is convinced as well. This is a really good disguise. He rolled
It is
really badly
perfect.
too. Okay, so they're very convinced by this. They both think you're Baron, like, and Cloud especially, which is kind of concerning, considering he's known Baron for
Yeah.
like a few years at this point. Yarek, what do you want to do? Do you want to sit down?
I'll take a seat down next to Baron, I guess.
Wait,
So
Baron
Baron's
is
making
behind the
drinks on
counter.
other side. He will make you a drink if you want one.
So
I didn't want to drink it. It's too early.
Too early. It's so subjective.
Neff would definitely drink if she was here.
Yeah.
Okay, you have two options. If you want to sit at the bar, then you can sit to the left of Cloud or to the right of Ilya.
Also, nice Cloud. Cloud's cool. I like him.
All right, you sit next to Cloud, and he
Wait.
sort of
If
smiles
you
as he
said
sees you.
If he said it was too early, can I give him an orange juice for breakfast? Because
You-
I was making vodka orange.
Sure, you can give him an orange
I'll
juice.
take it. Yeah, if you pass it off with orange juice.
Okay, I give him an orange juice.
Wow, thanks. This tastes
Sparkles.
nothing like orange juice.
It's
So
kind of,
just awkwardly slide to my left.
this is kind of concerning. As Captain Featherbeard sees you sit down, Cloud kind of like sort of nods as he sees you, kind of solemnly. Captain Featherbeard is very enthusiastic, and he sort of raises out his glass kind of right past Cloud's torso, kind of awkwardly, and smiles at you and says, "Cheers!"
Cheers.
And he tinks your glass kind of hard, and a little bit of his alcohol kind of spills out onto Cloud, and Cloud kind of frowns a little bit at that. Baron, what are you doing during all of this?
After Baron finishes crafting his handmade beret, he waltzes down in his new Frenchman disguise.
Sorry, that cut out for me.
He marches down in his new Frenchman outfit. Bonjour, everyone. It's me, Baron. What a wonderful day.
At this point, yeah, okay. At this point, Cloud and well, actually, how many of you are looking at? I'm guessing everybody's staring at correct Baron when he enters and makes a scene, as he does.
Yeah.
Captain Featherbeard and Cloud look at you and look back at the barkeep Baron and are kind of in a state of shock before thinking, "Oh yeah, okay, the one that entered is probably Core," and they sort of. And they look at each other and kind of understanding, like, yeah, okay, we get it. So they kind of smile. Cloud looks in your direction, as does Captain Featherbeard, and they greet you with a good morning, Core.
Core?
Yes.
Oh, you mean that rascal over there?
They look back at Baron.
Which Baron?
They look back at the barkeep Baron and then back to real Baron, who they think is Core. And they're
Like-
Cloud is really confused at this point. He's thinking, "What? Core, that's a good Baron disguise. It's very convincing, I must say."
Wait, Core, as Baron said, I think you have a pretty terrible jaw. I see a little bit of a. What's that sticking out from under your beret? And he's just waiting for the orange hair to be revealed.
Baron is unfazed. Just says, whatever. Oh, it's time for my morning song. as he sings Walking on Sunshine.
Okay, roll a performance check, please.
Yeah, 11.
11. It's not bad. The other patron that was in the bar though starts kind of finishing up his drink and he's getting ready to leave as you sort of start your song.
Terrible Baron impression.
And Cloud is still kind of looking at you pretty skeptically, and he looks back at the barkeep and he smiles like, "Core."
Typical Core.
All right, so you play your song, and it's mostly all right. It's pretty good. A few off notes here and there, but you do a good job generally. They're impressed with your impression of yourself. And as soon as you kind of finish, they kind of look around, and Cloud kind of dusts himself off and says, "Well, I think I better get back to my post, and we might have more customers coming in. There doesn't seem to be a lot of activity right now, but that's understandable given the circumstances, especially what recently just occurred." And he sort of
Still
pats.
9 a.m.
Yeah, it's like 9 a.m. Usually people don't come to a tavern too often, but they do serve breakfast here. Can I get you anything to eat or drink, anyone?
I'm just helping myself.
I'll take a big breakfast and whatever coffee you have.
Coffee, yes, okay. We're out of coffee, unfortunately.
Well,
We've been out of coffee for a
breakfast?
short while. I've ordered more coffee, but it has not come yet.
alright.
I think I sent a request to the post office to send out a letter. Last week. The coffee should have arrived at this point.
Interesting.
But one big breakfast coming up. I'll be right back. Excuse me. And he sort of walks back into the storeroom.
Thomas,
Yes.
can I create another vodka, but use prestidigitation to flavor it like coffee? Because I can. And just slide it over to you.
Okay, as soon as Cloud walks out of the picture, you can do this.
I do this.
You make a... Okay. You have this long... You have this...
Special brew.
What kind of glass would you like to make this in? You've got a few options. You've got a shot glass, you've got very tall glasses, and you've got wine glasses.
Is there any mugs?
If you look under the table... Actually, roll me a perception check.
Okay.
Or maybe actually an investigation check. Whichever one you feel like rolling.
My investigation's really good, so I'm gonna take that.
Yeah.
It's 21.
Alright, so you look around underneath the table, and you see a lot of, like, rags and stuff like that, and some broken glassware underneath, and some other bottles that look like they haven't been used for a long time, but you don't see any mugs at all underneath there.
Ha ha.
Oh. Do I find anything that's like less wine glassy?
Less wine glassy? You've got tall glasses. That's...
Wait, if they serve coffee but they're just out of coffee, surely there's got to be mugs somewhere.
Oh,
Can I go on a mug hunt?
You can, and you're not wrong when you say that. But looking around underneath the bar, you don't find anything. Even with your 21, you've looked through, and you know you're not missing anything. There aren't any mugs underneath the bar stool. Underneath the bar counter.
Let me see what else I can do with prestidigitation.
You see some menus, you see some
I
scraps
can-
of paper, you see a lot of towels, I guess, on rolls.
I can use prestidigitation to colour one of the shot glasses like a mug and give him his fake coffee.
Alright, so you take one of the... Wait, which glass do you want to take? The shot glass.
Yeah, I'm not that mean. I'm not gonna poison him.
Alright, so you take, you give him, an espresso-sized cup.
Yeah, espresso, bleh, shot.
Are you trying to do... Okay, wait, are you trying to do this so that Yerrick doesn't see you doing it?
No, I'm making him a coffee.
Okay, he's
Nice.
fine. If you're just doing this in the open, he sees you do all of this.
Yeah, I'm making it a coffee.
I
It's
see
gonna
everything.
taste like coffee.
Alright, so Yerrick, you see this monstrosity occur before your eyes. This fake coffee being formed.
No, it's beautiful. It's magic.
Captain Featherbeard is starting to look visibly confused because he knows that Baron can't do all of this stuff.
Yes.
So he's just kind of
Eric
watching in
is totally
amazement.
put off by like the earlier stuff, so he just kind of rejects the coffee.
But it's my coffee.
I don't see no coffee machine or any cappuccino or French burger, right?
What a waste. Such bad taste. And he just drinks the coffee himself.
Nice rhyme.
Constitution saving throw. Quick.
If you guys do drink too much, I'll get you to do con saving throws. But for now, I don't.
Yeah.
Okay,
It's
how much
5
is everybody
drinks,
drinking? Ilya's just drinking water, I think. Baron's
I
not
drank
drinking.
one of the. I think I drank one sip of like the orange juice that Cole made.
So you okay? Yeah, that was just
Orange
orange
juice.
juice, I think.
That was
No,
just
it was
orange
vodka.
juice.
Wasn't
No,
it?
no, there was no vodka in it. It was
Oh.
orange juice. He's not that mean. I know it seems like it.
Okay. Well, I thought it was a vodka orange.
You do
No, no,
also
he
see.
was-
So in
he
your
was making-
investigation, you do see some fruit juices
Ah.
underneath the counter.
Yeah.
Big bottle of orange juice, missing a little bit of it. You got some yellow-looking juice and some clear, kind of reddish tinted juice. And that's everything you see under the counter. Cloud at the moment
You did
is
with
looking
water.
through the back. or not the back, but like the storeroom, which is kind of just at the edge of the counter. Do you want to go on your mug hunt, or what are you guys planned? What have you got planned?
Baron is eating a healthy acai bowl with some really nice green tea because he is taking care of his skin and his weight.
All right,
good
so
one.
you pull out of your coat some food and some drink that you got somewhere. I'm not going to question where. You have it. Maybe you stole some tea from the tea place.
Yes. I paid 23 silver for that shit.
You
Oh
took
my
it
God.
takeaway.
That was such a... I can't believe that it happened. All right, at this point, Cloud comes back and he's got a meal in hand. He's got a mix of scrambled eggs and you see some sort of meat as well that's been kind of moderately cooked. And he brings it out to you on like a plate with a single
Moderately
fork.
cooked.
Moderately.
Moderately, yeah.
So does he get salmonella?
He brings over the plate and he puts it on the counter.
Like a cotton
He
swab.
kind of looks back to the door and there aren't any other customers at the moment still, so he just kind of walks back around and he's standing beside Core with his hands on the counter. He picks up another rag and he picks up a glass and he starts cleaning it.
I will eat my food.
Alright, you start eating your scrumptious food. It
Show me
tastes okay. You've had better food. You've had
Yeah.
this meal as
Give
well
me a
before.
favor.
The meat itself is of very questionable quality. It varies a lot in how nice it tastes. This time around, it's pretty average, but it's not amazing. Let's put it that way. But it's not terrible. It does its job. And for the most part, you get it on the house because you're an employee, so it's good. Can't complain too much. And at this point, Cloud is going to look at all of you, including Captain Featherbeard, and he asks with an inquisitive tone, "So what is it that you fellows have planned for your adventures here? Now that your method of transport has..." And he looks at Captain Featherbeard, who starts tearing up. Been inconvenienced, let's say.
What were our plans? I kind of
Yeah.
forgot.
We were supposed to go
You
north.
guys, last session, were asking about a lot of things, including where the bad dude went, who glides around.
Yeah.
He went up north. You remember that from before. You know that you've been told that goblins are known to live south of this village on the atoll, and also that the bandits are probably located somewhere in the northeastern realms of the forest. Just looking around the town, you know, there are a few, from before when you were looking around, you know there are a few buildings. There are a lot of cafes and restaurants and stuff like that. There are a few major buildings, some of which you went into, a few that you didn't. Past that, kind of looking out onto the horizon, looking southward, you can see there's a large sort of forest. And kind of in the distance, it's just kind of trees for a while. You can't tell how long the forest goes. Looking north, again, northeast, kind of surrounding you everywhere except for the port. There are trees populating the area. And the forest gets somewhat dense. You can only see a part way through. But it doesn't look like it's like very difficult terrain to traverse, let's say. All the grass and stuff like that is very low and pushed to the ground. Or at least from the forest that you've kind of seen in the general area. So if you guys wish to explore any of those areas, or explore more of the town, or whatever you decide to do, those are your general options, unless there's something completely different that you want to do. There's also still the port, and there's sort of a sandy shore around there. The burning remains of Captain Featherbeard's ship.
Oh, it's still burning.
It's,
Yeah.
I mean, it's kind of glowing at this point. It's a lot of amber,
Oh.
but it's mostly burnt down. There's very little left of it.
R.I.P.
Oh, okay. Well, no matter what you guys do, I'm going to go north. I need to avenge those people who dare to bring shame upon my business. I'm going to go after the bandits who are up north.
Cloud kind of looks at you. Well, I wish you good luck with that endeavor. Please take care of yourselves. Those bandits cause trouble when they do show up around these parts.
How often do they usually show up?
Well, for food and drinks, they show up maybe... And he kind of looks to the side, thinking a little bit. I'd say maybe once a week. But they don't usually cause trouble like they did last time. heard they're on the hunt for something, although I'm not sure exactly what.
It's okay. I just don't want to be. I'm sick of this town. I just want to go out and explore the world. Yeah, let's go.
We could and follow the bandit, because then we know exactly where they're from.
I don't think we have time. Aren't you guys? Don't you guys have any type of wanderlust at all? Don't you want to go explore your horizons?
I don't want to
Please. Don't
I
just
like
chain
that one.
yourself down.
What a good
Don't
idea.
chain yourself down just to one village. Let's go.
right now.
Yeah. I'm curious about this hooded figure. I want to learn more about him.
Captain Featherbeard kind of looks at you as you say that. I myself am a bit interested. I don't like that he burnt
Please
my
come
ship
with
down.
us.
Why don't you come along, Featherbeard?
Yeah, come with us, Birdman.
His face kind of lights up as he hears you say that, and he thinks for a bit.
Persuasion check time. Persuasion.
Yeah, you know what I was gonna say.
Yeah, nat 20.
He's down. You've got him. He's coming with
We're
you.
gonna adopt.
He's been persuaded. Nat 20. My God.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, that was nat 20.
I was gonna make it. To be honest, I was gonna make it a little bit difficult, but like, he can't argue with a nat 20. He's
Too good.
everything that you've said up to this point. He's thoroughly convinced. He's been sold on the pitch. All right, I'm with you.
What have you got to lose? Let's be honest.
Our lives.
He kind of looks out to the dock direction and kind of puts his head down a little bit.
And maybe we'll find enough money to get you a new ship.
Money.
But
Yeah, if we loot the bandits, maybe we can get you a new ship.
it had such sentimental value.
We're gonna
We must
bury
seek revenge, Captain Featherbeard.
Revenge is always good until
I
you're
will help
dead.
you out however I can, my fellow compatriots, but I will try to make sure we don't die as best as I can. At this point, what they say is right. I do not have much left to lose at this point.
Aww.
Okay. Well, before we go running to dance, I think we should probably get prepared, right?
Yes. Shall we have a look around the town in that case?
I'm down.
Hit the town.
Cloud hears you guys kind of getting ready, and he motions sort of with his nose kind of out the door in the direction of the town, and says, "There's an armory for the south, I believe, past the stores that I think you might have already visited."
I can't wear armor. Says Core sadly.
Says Core as Baron.
Screw you, wizard.
Wait, what's your armor like limitation? How much? What can you actually wear as a wizard? Is it just say again?
Nothing.
Can you actually not wear any armor?
Because he
we
has
just can't
to-
wear.
Yeah, he has to cast mage armor.
Yeah, or I can get certain magical objects, but they'd
Yeah.
probably be like pretty exy. I have a lot of money though.
A lot of money. Well, that's pretty good. That's
A lot.
useful.
A lot of money.
Armor,
A lot,
none.
a lot of money.
Well, okay.
Loads of money,
Sorry.
one might even say.
Alright, so if you guys are ready to head out, you head out of the mostly empty tavern, which is very clean. No other patrons inside at the moment. Cloud just kind of sits behind. Captain Featherbeard now, because you convinced him very amazingly somehow with a natural 20, he's coming with you, apparently. So
Yes.
he's with you guys, and you guys are walking out into the town. Alright, as you sort of walk out, you see the fountain in the middle again. You kind of look out around, and you see the same sort of stores that you saw before. You see all of the, various cafes and stuff like that, the restaurants. You see the few stores that you did visit, the bookshop, Tome's Healthy Juices on the side, and the Home of Tea in the distance as you kind of walk. You see the Forheller Post Office, the very big building. As you kind of look around more, you notice on the side there are various other restaurant-y looking places from the outside. When you look around, there is a shop nearby called, let's have a look at what it's called. Brave's Armory. It doesn't
That's
have a
what-
picture anywhere, so from a distance you can't tell that it's an armory, just from looking at the outside. It looks like a very normal building. It doesn't have any distinctive features. aside from the fact that it's just a regular building. It doesn't have anything on the side aside from the writing. Looking around further, there's kind of like way further down past the restaurants, there's kind of just a bit of a path and no further buildings. But at the very end, kind of all the way on the opposite end of this kind of area from where the tavern/inn is located, there's another kind of big white plastered sort of looking building. It looks like it's only 2 floors high, but it doesn't seem to have any sign that's legible from this distance. So, you guys have all those options. Feel free to visit any one of these places, or none of them if you don't feel like visiting them.
I want to recruit Ilya for something.
Okay. I was just gonna say, as we're walking, Ilya has like kind of like a small piece of like paper, like almost like a notebook, and is looking at the buildings, and it's not like actual writing so much as it's like little symbols and stuff. One might say thieves' cant almost, of just like possible entry points in buildings, and like kind of like a small map of like the area.
Okay. I'll have to, on a side note, I'll have to actually draw up like a town map, I think. I do not have that prepared so I can describe everything for now, but I promise after the session I will draw up like a little quick town map sketch.
Okay.
Yeah, that's just what Ilya is doing as we're walking.
Alright.
I feel like Ilya's like dodgy behavior would have noticed a little bit.
Well,
Not-
if you
not,
want
like,
to
right now,
notice
but just in
Ilya's
general.
dodgy behavior,
No, not right now, just in general, like over the past day or so.
I don't know.
can
Ilya's
roll- I can
pretty
roll a perception
sneaky
if you want.
though, so I'm gonna say that you might have to roll a perception check if you want to specifically get an eye into that.
Okay. Oh, 17 plus 2, 19. This dice, great. This dice sucks. And I'll use it.
Yeah, I'm gonna say yeah. You've noticed.
Okay. I'm gonna like sidle up to Ilya, be like, so I noticed you're a little bit dodgy. I like this. I like this effect.
Yeah, so are you.
Yeah, that's fair. I was, I don't really want to pay a lot of money for healing potions, but I still want healing potions. So I was wondering if we could, like, team up to get some for free.
I love this idea so much.
Okay.
Oh my god.
And when would be a good time to go and do this? Like,
It's morning right now. It's like 9, 10 a.m.
okay. Now?
Sure.
Okay.
Usually I don't go to places during the day, but this works.
Works for me too. Okay, bye guys, we're gonna go get some coffee, catch up later. Bye. And he just starts heading towards it.
Are you guys splitting the party again? Ah! Yerick and Barrett, are you guys following the two for coffee, or are you doing something else? They look like they're kind of splitting.
It's private, you're not invited. He calls over his
Oh,
shoulder.
never mind. Cool.
He
Yeah,
doesn't. Baron doesn't care because they are not women. So Baron walks to the armory.
Alright, Barrett, you're going to the armory. Yerick, where do you want to go?
Yeah, I'm gonna join Baron to the armory because that's like the original goal.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Alright. God damn. Alright, cool.
I'm gonna go to the bathroom.
Okay, you go to the bathroom. We'll do the armory stuff first. Alright, so as you guys split up yet again. It's fine. It's not too bad. It's not too bad. We're all like kind of roughly the same location. It's all good. Baron and Yerick, you walk up to the armory and you approach the place. You kind of walk up to the door. What do? Do you want to enter straight away? Do you want to push on the door? Do you want to knock? What do you want to do?
Attempt to enter.
Yes.
Alright, you attempt to enter, and after trying various methods of entering, you do enter the building.
Yay.
Once inside, you kind of look, as you kind of look, it's a very small shop, and from the outside, looking at this building, you get the impression that there's probably more to this building that you can just see from being inside it. It looks like half the size when you come inside, as if it's split down the middle. So you're guessing that probably around the back there's some sort of other room, if you had to take a gander. Which I'm going to say is obvious enough that you know. As you walk in, there's a counter almost immediately, and there is a tabaxi person sleeping on the counter.
Baron calls out, "Greetings! Good morning, sir!"
As you sort of do this, the tabaxi on the counter kind of paws at his face and flips over and continues snoring.
What?
There's a very lightly knock on the counter right next to where he's sleeping.
Yeah, right. Roll a strength check for me, just for fun.
Okay, for fun.
I want to see how loud you make the knock.
5.
5. You're being really polite, very quiet. It doesn't really wake him.
Thought so.
Baron walks up to him and then shouts louder, "Greetings! I'm here to look at your goods."
At this, because you're kind of closer now, he sort of wakes up from his slumber. Hello?
Hello.
Well, sorry, excuse me. And he brushes himself off and gets behind the counter. Oh, hello. Welcome to my store. Welcome to Brave's Armory. How can I help you? We have a lot of good armor in stock. What would you like me to help you with today?
My friend and I would love to look at some of your goods.
Yes, we have armor in stock, and that's all at the moment. We're just an armory. We have some armor. Is there anything particular that you were looking at? Is there anything I can help you with in particular? We've got a lot of sizes in stock right now, especially for you guys. It looks like we have something. And he kind of looks at Yerrick, thinking over what he just said. I think we have enough sizes in stock. I could check around the back for you. What specifically were you looking for?
I would like some boots.
Boots? Well, we don't actually sell any footwear at this establishment. I'm sorry. Generally we cater to tabaxi. No offense. I'm sorry. We don't usually wear shoes, so we don't really keep any in stock. Thankfully, I know what shoes are. Not all of us do, but we don't have any. I can maybe order some in. Do you have any specific models in mind? Brands, maybe?
You know what? Never mind.
Oh,
It's fine.
I'm terribly sorry.
Got any small leather little armor pieces?
I just looked at my catalog. We do have leather armor in stock. Hold on, excuse me. And he pulls out like a little mini pamphlet as he sort of flicks through. Yes. Okay, so we have regular leather armor, and we have studded leather armor. That's all we have in the realm of leather armor. What kind of leather armor were you thinking of buying today, sir?
The studded one sounds cooler.
Alright, okay, so the studded leather armor, if you'd like, do you know your size, sir?
Yeah, it's about 3.5.
Okay, let me check. We have extra small, we have small, and we have quadruple XL for studded leather. You look like you could fit in. I think the quadruple XL might be a bit big for somebody of your stature. We do have the small, which looks like I think it would be a very flattering fit, I have to say. If you'd like one of those, that comes to, and he kind of writes down a little number in his notepad, 45 gold.
Oh, okay. Can we do any better on that price?
He kind of looks at his notebook and looks back at you. Well, we do have the display model, and he points to studded leather armor on the wall, kind of sitting there. And it's the small size as well. It's kind of scuffed a little bit, but not too bad. It looks like it's been tried on by many a tabaxi. I can sell you the display model, although we'd have to replace it. But I can do this one for... He looks at it and looks back at you. 40 gold.
How about the other leather armor? How's that?
Yes,
like
sir. I'm so sorry. The other... Okay, he flips back through like 5 pages. Yes, the other leather armor... We do have in your size, thankfully. This one comes to 10 gold.
Oh, wow.
It's not quite as nice as our luxurious studded leather model, which I would highly recommend, but this one also does the job. What kind of activities were you planning on utilizing the leather armor for, if I may ask?
Killing goblins.
Killing okay, jeez. Yes, the leather armor will aid you in your endeavors in that field. I would recommend leather armor, preferably studded leather, because goblins tend to be very ferocious. I think they're ferocious creatures. I haven't seen a goblin in person, but I hear they're very terrifying. But the leather armor for 10 gold will also do the job if that's more within your price range.
Yeah, the leather arm sounds good. All right, let's go with that.
All right, thank you very much for your business. I'll go get it out from the back. And he kind of walks around.
Was that a good deal? Fair. Not sure if I got scammed or not.
And after a few minutes, you hear kind of like some rattling, some boxes being shuffled. You hear a hammer sound hitting something metal. And you hear an ow. And then he comes back around with leather armor. Pretty much, a set of it. So he comes back up and he puts it on the counter. And he opens up his cash register and says, that'll be 10 gold.
I give him the 10 gold.
Alright, he takes the 10 gold off your hands. Just out of curiosity, are you giving him the mint coin, or are you not treating that as currency at the moment?
I don't think I have that, do I?
You should. Each one of you should have 1 mint coin. There should be 5 in total.
Well, I'll give him the shitty coins.
Okay, you give him the shitty coins, you keep the mint one for yourself. And he gives you the leather armor. So, okay, if you search up on D&D Beyond, the leather equipment should just be normal. I think it's the one that has an AC of 11. It's got a weight of 10 pounds.
Boom.
So feel free to add that to your inventory, because now you have some leather armor. And you, sir, what can I help you with? Would you like some armor also?
No, I'm okay. You see, this glamorous studded armor is better than any studded armor you have in this shop. So
he looks at your gold overalls in confusion.
No, I'm wearing my Frenchman suit now.
Wait, what? Okay, wait, what have you...
The beret.
What is your beret French suit disguise? What does it look like? Do you have studded leather armor?
Yeah, it's just like... Think of like a French artist.
Okay. Well, it looks very dashing. We do also have some armor which you might be interested in, which comes in not very frequently, but we have some sizes which I think you might like. We also have some breastplate armor, and we have some half plate armor also.
Oh, half plate. Nah, I'm okay. Thank you for the offer.
Thank you very much for the business. It's a pleasure to have you at the store. Please do come again. I'm so sorry for sleeping on the job. Please don't tell my boss. Okay.
Can I stay behind for a second?
Yes.
I ask him, you guys do returns at all?
Returns? It depends. As long as it's in its original packaging, unopened, and you have a valid reason for returning it, and it's returned within 1 day of purchase, we do accept returns at 50% refund.
Okay, never mind. Don't worry. I'll just leave the store.
Thank you very much. Have a good day. Bye.
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 Alright, so you guys leave Brave's Armory.
What did choose this? Oh no.
Alright, so you guys have left the armory. In the meantime, while this has been going on, tell me what the dubious duo are doing.
So we're on our way to the potion store, right?
To Tome's Healthy Juices.
Yeah. Is it open?
You walk up to the building. It's kind of it's a lot bigger than the armory. It's got a porch and all that sort of stuff. Just from looking at it, it doesn't look open.
Does it say when it opens?
There is no sign on the door.
There's no sign on the door?
Nope. Or not from what you can see. Not from this side.
Can I just walk around the building, get a feel for any possible entrances other than the front door?
Yeah, okay, so just from walking around the building, you see some windows on the side. There are some windows on the other side too. At the back, there is another door. A small staircase made of wood leading right up to the door to account for the height difference of the porch from the front side. aside from that, there isn't anything else. None of the windows seem to be open,
Okay.
but you do have that door.
I think Core's just thinking, I'm better at distractions, not stealth. But I can try.
All right. I mean, okay.
Distractions are good.
Just looking around in general, there are a few tabaxi around, although a lot less than normal. It's kind of early in the morning, and they might be asleep, who knows. It's kind of like 9, 10 a.m., something around, and then just from looking around, you can see there's maybe 1 or 2 people in the area, but not many people.
Alright.
There are, the windows aren't covered by blinds or anything, so you can see into the store should you choose to look.
Yes.
Okay. Same.
Alright, so you guys both look into the store, and it's kind of dark, but you can make out from just looking inside from the natural light entering the door, from the natural light entering the building as well, because there aren't any curtains or anything like that. As you look inside, you don't see anybody there at the counter, and who was there last time when we went to the potion shop? It was just Baron. Okay. You look around and it looks fairly...
Oh wait, I was in there too. Never mind.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Ilya was with me.
Okay,
Yeah.
Ilya.
I think we all went in, yeah.
Do you all go in? Because I thought that Baron... Oh, no, you guys did. You guys did. Yeah. Okay. The main difference from last time that you can see now is that there's nothing on the shelves. From what you can see.
Okay.
We can't see anyone inside.
Not from the front.
What about onto the second level?
There isn't a second level.
Wait, so there's nothing inside?
Okay, the building has 2 doors. It has a door at the front and a door at the back. Looking inside, there's like a wall that kind of separates the halves of the building, or it's not really quite a half. It's like a third and 2/3 split.
Okay.
But the area that you would normally walk into, where you saw all the potions stacked up on the shelves, they're not there at the moment. Just from looking into it from the front.
I'm a bit confused. Can we go around the back?
Yep, I got you guys walk around the back. What do you guys want to do?
Once we go around the back, I think Ilya is fully cloaking up now.
Alright.
Putting on that silver mask and whatnot.
You're
I'm gonna
fully
change
cloaked.
my hair to orange. Orange Baron.
Alright, you look a lot more like current Baron, with slightly different gear on,
Carrot
but
back.
with accurate hair now.
Yep.
How does that prestidigitation spell work? Does it just like permanently change his hair color and it's not concentration or anything?
Wait, let me check.
I don't
Probably
think
not.
so. I think it's only
It's
temporary.
not gonna. Yeah, it's not gonna last
1
forever.
hour.
I don't think. Yeah, 1 hour.
Okay.
Unless I do it again.
But it's also concentration, right?
Prestidigitation. No.
It's not?
Okay, if it's meant to last for 1 hour, I'm gonna say at this point probably it's worn off on the real Baron.
Okay, I'm still Orange Baron.
Okay, you're Orange Baron. Alright, what are you guys doing? You're faced with a door at the back.
Just
Yeah.
scraping it and seeing if there's a way to break in. Subtly.
Yeah.
Right, you can do an
definitely
investigation check on the
sneaky.
door if you like, or on any other part of the building if you want another way in.
Yeah.
Can we do a perception to see if there's like a spot that would be like good to break in?
If you want to do
Yeah.
that, you have to roll an investigation check.
Oh, perception or investigation?
Investigation. Because
investigation?
you're specifically investigating a spot.
So 11 plus 5. 16.
Alright.
It
From...
was
Second. Natural 20!
Hey!
-1.
Well, you got a natural 20. Okay.
Yeah.
Just from looking at the building, the whole thing is made of wood, so it's not very hard to... If you had enough force, you could break into it anywhere. But from your natural 20, you know that... You can tell that the door itself isn't super strong. If you wanted to break it down, if that was your method of entry, you could try, like, hitting it somehow in the area where the lock is. The lock itself is probably very pickable if you decide to do that. The door itself also does have a window. Not a very big one, but it's probably big enough that you can smash through and reach your hand through and try and look it that way, although you... Actually, no, that probably wouldn't work because you still need the key. I'm going to say that it looks pickable and you can probably break down the door with enough force. Those are like the very obvious options that you can see. Aside from that, the actual windows at the front of the building are also probably pretty breakable, so you could break through the window if you wanted to go through the front.
Someone's probably gonna see that.
Pickable. We're going for the pickable door.
All right.
Okay.
Is there some sort of check that you have to roll to see if you can pick it?
Yeah.
All right, I'll let you roll it with advantage because you got a nat 20 in your perception.
Okay. Definitely needed that advantage. That is, sorry, I knew that one dice would betray me, so I needed advantage. Thieves' tools.
How many potions of healing do you guys have at the moment?
Wait. I had a
0.
couple.
0.
0. Oh, Baron has
Wait,
5, I
wait.
think.
I know.
Everyone
That's why
has
we
5.
wanted. That's why we want.
Well, that's why Core wants it. Ilya just wanted to steal from this guy.
That's fair. Oh, maybe I
Who's
don't have any.
So
I have
that's,
2.
18
You guys are
plus
loaded
5.
with potions. What is this?
Can always have more.
That's not wrong.
So my roll was 18 plus 5.
You're easily breaking. This is like you're a
Being lazy
professional.
about the math.
Push
You-
the door open.
You've done this 1.5 million times. This is
Yeah.
an easy feat for you. You pick the door. You do it silently. Nobody notices anything. There's nobody kind of around here. This face is kind of the woods at this point. You open the door. You walk in. You walk into what kind of looks like an office, sort of, except that it's got a huge cauldron in the middle. So it's like a small rectangular room that's smaller than the front side of the store. If you imagine the store is kind of like a big rectangle, kind of shaped like this, and the office itself only takes up about a third of the entire building from what you can kind of gauge. Just looking around, there are some books on the shelves, not too many. There are some papers here and there. There are a lot of small little pieces of paper lying everywhere on the table. The cauldron itself is sitting above what looks like it would be kind of like a fireplace, which is inside this building. There is a hole in the top of the building.
Oh, I could have climbed through that.
Yeah, but there's no way you could have seen it from where you were standing, unfortunately. But you
Yeah.
could have climbed through it because that hole is only protected by like a mesh cover. So if you had crawled onto the roof, I would have let you go through. But there's a lot of ways you can enter this building.
Can I
Did we roll
change my
stealth
tactics?
checks already?
Say
Yeah, I
again.
wanted to change into Yerrick so I could be.
All right, yeah, you can change it to Eric. Ilya, what did you say?
Have we rolled stealth checks yet?
No,
We're
but you
being
can
sneaky?
if you want to be sneaky. Then I want you to both roll stealth checks. Actually, at this point.
Yeah.
Wasn't lying when I said I wasn't good at stuff. Okay.
Oh no.
Yeah, oh no.
Oh
Oh,
no.
mine was a 21. My oh no was at you.
Oh. I got an 11, so it's not.
Ilya's a pro. Core is kind of bumping into stuff. Not making too
It
much of a
was-
racket, but
It was a 10, but
Ah,
we pushed it above 50% with
not
the
too
plus-
bad. Yeah, I'm gonna say that you're being more sneaky than you aren't,
Okay.
but you are like
Slightly.
kind of maybe overthinking it a little bit.
Is there anything shiny in this room? In it.
Roll a general perception check for me.
19?
19. You do see something
Feels
shiny.
good to
You
be
see.
perceptive.
Say again.
Feels good to be perceptive.
I'm so hamstrung. This is not perception that I'm used to.
Looking around the room, almost nothing that you can see kind of lying about is shimmery or shiny or anything like that. However, there is one thing. There is a key in here. It's on the
Oh.
table. It's lying underneath some of those papers, and with your very good perception, you can kind of see it glimmering underneath those papers.
Okay, I need the key.
All right, you go get the key. You pick it up. It looks really nice. It's very shiny. It's not
Okay,
gold. It's kind of a silvery color.
I add it to my collection of keys.
Yeah, you're just gonna add it to the ring.
It's not a ring. It is a very cushioned bag that doesn't make sound.
Ah, okay. I think did you steal keys on the ship when you were there?
No,
Oh,
I
okay.
wanted them. I
Oh,
didn't
no,
find
no.
them.
Right. Okay. No, never mind. Yeah. Okay. So you got the key. There's cupboards all over the place here.
Oh,
There's the cauldron. What do you guys want to look
can I
at?
Arcana check the cauldron because I want to do something I'm good at.
All right, you can Arcana check it. Roll an Arcana check for me, please.
Okay. Alrighty. 13 plus 5. 18.
Okay, it
Please
doesn't.
correct my
From your 8, say again.
Correct my math whenever it's wrong. 'Cause I'm good at multiplying numbers.
Yeah, that's okay. I'll double check your numbers super closely when they're like really close to the DC. But if it's like if you need to roll
That's
like
when
above
I-
a 10 to do something and you get like 18, then it doesn't matter if it's like plus or minus a few.
No, that's why I always say the original roll. So if I say the plus, you can correct me if it's incorrect
Yeah,
because my
fair enough.
maths is
No, I appreciate that. That's
not
good.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, with your pretty good roll of 18, you check just from kind of observing the cauldron. You don't get the feeling that there's anything active, even from your 13. Wait, was it 13? Plus, yeah, well, you're 18.
18.
You don't get the feeling that there's any sort of spell or any sort of magic lingering around. However, you do get a sense that there's some sort of magical kind of residue oozing from the cauldron. Not in the sense that somebody's casting a spell on it, but that's kind of the feeling you get in general. I can't go into any more specifics than that.
Is there anything in the cauldron?
Just from looking inside, you can't really see anything. It looks a little bit dirty and charred on the inside. But
Okay.
that's kind of it. Even from the outside, it doesn't look like there's too much. It looks like it was freshly used, though.
Which means there's probably potions somewhere around here.
Yep.
All right,
I'm gonna
so
go potion hunt.
you've got a bunch of drawers and cupboards. Cupboards lining the office itself, kind of along the wall. You've got drawers galore, kind of around this place as well. Nothing along the wall that you came in, but on the other 3 walls, minus the area where the door is leading to the main area with the cash register and everything.
Can we see into the main area?
There's a closed door, so you can't see into there, but you can see where the door leading to the main area is.
I'm
Okay.
real sorry, BRB. Gotta go to the bathroom again. If Ilya wants to do something.
Oh gee.
Ilya is gonna look in a couple of the drawers, I think.
Alright, so you just kind of, if you're just doing it randomly with, just looking for interesting stuff, opening the drawers, you kind of see papers, and you see if some kind of, you see a lot of wood filling these drawers. There's like a lot of sticks and stuff for some strange reason. Opening a few more of them, there's more of these tiny little papers everywhere. Some of the drawers are filled with these things. There is something written on them, although you can't read what any of them say, so it just looks like scribbles to you.
Yep.
You kind of keep looking around. There is kind of a bigger, there's like a filing cabinet sized drawer, kind of to the side. So if you open that as well, if you look inside, there is a kind of metal, not really shiny, but kind of polished metal box inside that drawer. Looking at it from top down, it just kind of looks like this metal square. You can't really tell too much from it just by looking at it inside the drawer.
Okay, I'm gonna leave the box, and I'm gonna see if I can get into the other room to see. Because okay, so Ilya is used to shady things and is like, I looked in the windows. I don't see the potions. I think the potions are still there. That's too many potions to move at night.
Yeah.
So I think that there's something like fishy going on. So Ilya wants to break into the front.
All right. I'm also going to say, Lily, since you're back now, one thing that Ilya did see, just for your knowledge, in one of the drawers off to the side is a big metal box.
I want to open it.
Yeah, Ilya left it alone.
All right. Ilya, you want to try breaking into the front? I'm going to say that you don't really need to break in because the door isn't locked. So you just kind of open
Okay.
it and walk into the front. And this is what Tome would see from his sort of perspective when he's selling the juices. You can kind of see on the sides. There's all the shelving that was displaying it when you were there. The many potions that you saw that were lining the walls are not there anymore. And you have the
Okay, so
counter.
they're still
You have
not-
like a little latch where you can open the counter and move into the rest of the main room. There are drawers there as well, like underneath the counter.
Okay, I'd like to look in those drawers, I guess.
Alright, you kind of look through them, and again, there isn't too much of interest. One of them is a big drawer, and you open it, and it has the cash register inside of it. You can do with that information what you will. There is another much bigger kind of not so much a drawer, but you've got a kind of pair of double doors that you can open. Well, potentially, but there is a lock on them.
Okay. First things first. I would definitely very much like to get into that cash register.
All right,
Oh.
you pick up the cash register and you put it onto the desk. And if you know how to open a cash register, you can just open it. You've got a series of buttons, and there's a button that says eject, although I don't know if you actually know how to read that button or if you know where it's located.
I don't know if Ilya would necessarily read the button so much as kind of
If
Kind
you're paying
lightly
attention to where...
press fingers on them until one of them opens.
Okay, yeah, sure. If you want to just do that and you kind of mash the keys, then eventually one would open it. And the cash register opens and it's empty.
No.
Ilya's thinking now about that box in the back.
Alright, so you leave and you go back to the box in the back.
Ilya would have put it all back into its place. And
Yeah, right. So you close that,
Put
you leave
everything
the
back.
double doors alone, you close all the other drawers, and you put the cash register back. And you walk into the room. Cora's also there, having now started checking out the metal box himself.
Can I Arcana check it?
You can Arcana check the box.
Cool. Oh. Arcana. Oh. 18. I thought it was better than that.
You okay? With the 18, you can tell there is nothing magical about this box. Do you want to take it out of the drawer?
Well, yeah.
Okay, you take it out, and it kind of looks like a safe. It's like a safe, but it doesn't have a combination lock. It's just got a keyhole.
I just look at Ilya like,
Okay, and Ilya's going to attempt to pick the lock, as opposed to use the key, which I'm pretty sure goes to that box.
All right, so you, okay, yeah, you pick the lock. It's not very hard to pick. You pick it open, and it becomes unlocked, and you open it, and you look inside, and it's full to the brim. It almost explodes as you kind of open it because it's so darn full. It's filled with photographs. They just pour out of the box onto the floor and everywhere. It makes a huge mess.
I'd like to fix the mess and put it back.
I want to look at the photos.
All right.
Okay.
As you look
After
through,
Cora's done.
all right, you sort of look through the photos and you kind of ruffle through them. As you're doing this, photos are falling out of the safe just because of how many and how little they are, and they're kind of cute. They look like they're photos of like a Tabaxi family. They look pretty old. They're all very like vintage photos. You get the feeling that they're maybe quite a bit older than Tome looked himself. You look at it and there's a nice family there. They're always families of three. And a variant of those three Tabaxi. There are some other pictures of peeps in some of the photos. Are you looking for anything particular as you're browsing through?
Anything I recognize or that look fishy?
Roll an investigation check for me.
I use my bad dice. Oh, which is not too bad. 14 plus 5, 19.
Alright, so you're 14 plus 5.
I'm
Alright,
gonna switch my dice.
so you're kind of ruffling through them and you don't really see anything too much. You can't, even from looking at the photos, you can't really tell if Tome is in any of these. You're suspecting that maybe if Tome is in one of these from your investigation, that he's probably the very young Tabaxi. Just because of how old these photos are, you can kind of gauge that. You do, however, stumble onto a photo of Cloud himself. A very old photo. And he looks mostly like himself in this picture. The photo itself looks like it's pretty old, but you do recognize that it's Cloud because he looks very similar to how he does now.
Okay.
Aside from that, just from ruffling through them, you do... What was your investigation again?
I forgot.
It's
19.
19.
19? You do hear something clinging in the books as well while you're ruffling through these.
I find the thing that's clinging.
Alright, so you gotta reach in and you gotta pull out all these photos. So you make a huge freaking mess everywhere. All these photos are flying all over the place. Unless you want to try to hold these stacks.
What's the clingy thing?
Okay, as you search through, you kind of pull out this thing. It's another key! Wow! Oh my god! It looks...
I give it to Ilya.
It's smaller than the other one that Ilya has.
Ilya just looks like you have made it their day, except for all you can see is like their eyes, which are...
This key, however, is a lot more scuffed and like heavily used, and it's not shiny at all. But it is made of metal.
Okay, that was fun.
Keys.
Let's put the photos back and try somewhere else.
Yeah. There's no potions. Also, no cash.
Yeah. Wait, we checked out this room like properly, or no?
I mean, there are still a few places you've opted not to check.
Can I get a visual on those? Like,
As far as this room is concerned, Ilia's looked through most of the drawers and there wasn't anything in the drawers. In the other room, there was the cash register, there was the locked double doors, and a few other drawers with miscellaneous papers. In this room, there was the locked box which you picked open.
Okay, I just want to do like Can I do like a cursory investigation check?
Yeah,
Just, like,
sure. Just from
like,
browsing.
so-
Okay, roll an investigation check for me. Well, actually, I'll let you carry on from your previous investigation if you're just looking around for stuff that you've noticed. Just from going into the other room, you do notice that those double doors seem to be kind of sticking out a bit. Just because they're very big and they have an interesting lock on them. Aside from that, you've mostly investigated everything else. I mean, there are loads of little papers everywhere. And aside from that, there are some cupboards overhead, but not much else. You haven't looked through totally everything, so there's still a few avenues, but otherwise, it's up to you what
Can I
you
take
decide.
a glance at the little papers, see if there's anything interesting?
Yep, so you have a look at them, and they look like they're all receipts. So, like, they're the seller's copy.
Okay, I want to go to the double doors then.
Alright, you go to the double doors. What do you want to do?
Can I get in, or is it locked? Do I need to summon Ilya again?
They are locked when you try to open them.
Ilya! Well, no, X, whatever your name is. What is your name, by the way?
I mean, some call me Ilya.
Ilya. Got it. Sweet. Let's open the door.
Alright, you've got
Ilya's
2 keys.
shoved all the papers back into the photos back and puts the box back where it was. Puts everything back where it was supposed to be.
Alright, you do that.
Is a one of those kind of thieves. So Ilya goes out to the front and begins picking the lock on the door, I guess.
Sweet.
Alright, roll a picking check. You're gonna pick every goddamn lock.
I am. That is how Ilya do. Okay. I don't know why I keep looking back on this page for like my thieves tools.
The same.
Okay.
I do that.
It's okay, so it's a +5 and I rolled a 19.
You pick it
Ooh.
open. You
These are
you
rolls.
stick your pick in, it opens. It's just like
That is
boom.
sweet.
Well,
I want that
bam.
dice.
Alright, you open it, and
It's the special like lock picking dice, that's why I did it.
Yeah.
just from looking inside, you see like there's 2 shelves, and the first shelf has loads of what look like healing potions on the top, and the bottom shelf also looks like it has healing potions, although a lot far fewer. There are like 3 on the bottom, and there's like 20 on the top shelf.
I want to check the 3.
How do you want to check them?
Arcana check it.
Okay.
I think that's what you do for potions.
Feel free to Arcana check whichever ones you like.
Gonna use a new dice. Ooh. 12 plus 5. 17.
17.
I'm gonna take a photo because
No, it's okay. I believe you. You don't have to take.
this is for my own sanity.
Okay, if you want to. Okay, fine. From Arcana checking them, you feel nothing from the potions at the top, and you do feel a bit of a magical aura coming from the potions at the bottom.
Okay. Can I identify what they are with a decent roll?
You can't say for sure, unless you want to try one of them, but they're all pretty red and bubbly. The ones at the top look slightly more pink, but they're very similar to the ones at the bottom.
Okay. Let me just think. I want to pocket the 3.
Alright, you
and
pocket
then
the
we
3.
and then we can jointly investigate the top ones if Ilya's interested. I don't know.
You can from your roll, you can tell the bottom ones are potions of healing.
Okay, I pocketed the 3 bottom ones, and now
Yeah.
we can look at the ones.
And the top ones, from just looking at them, you can tell look quite a lot like potions of healing.
Okay.
Ilya's gonna take 5 and then leave the rest.
Alright, you take 5 of these potions, which you can add as a custom item if you want to use that.
Potions? Question mark.
Yeah.
Core, do you want to take any, or are you good?
I've got my 3, but I want to check the top ones. I don't know if I can check this in any way though. Maybe I'll take 1 just to like check it.
I mean, when you grab it and you hold it up, it looks, from a distance, it looks quite a lot like a potion of healing. But from your Arcana check of 17, you don't get any magical vibes from this potion at all. The 3 that you pocketed, you can kind of tell have the aura that a magic potion would have. This doesn't feel like anything.
Okay.
Aside from feeling like it's a flask filled with liquid.
Is it juice?
You can give it a taste.
Just looking at Ilya like, you wanna try that and make sure it's like legit? We can keep searching.
Sure. Okay. Ilya is feeling like they're like taking too much time, and at this point is kind of like Ilya's spider senses are kind of going off, and is like, okay, we should get out of here. So how about we check these after we get out of here safe?
Okay. Core pockets 1 of the potions? Question mark.
Yeah.
Alright,
Ilya's pocketed 5 of them.
so you guys have 6 potion question marks, and you've got 3 actual potions of healing. Alright,
Yep.
so you guys
And
finish up.
closing everything back up, and
You put everything back the way it was.
Back.
It looks like it hasn't been tampered with.
Yep.
Aside from the fact that keys are missing. You guys, I'm guessing, just
They're
leave,
not getting those back. Yep.
leave the way you
Yeah.
came and meet up with the others.
Back to Baron.
Alright,
Change.
so as you guys finish in the armory, you guys walk back as well. All of this I'm going to say, despite the disparity in the amount of time described, will have taken roughly the same amount of time.
Oh, and Ilya's back to looking like regular Ilya.
Yeah. I'm also going to say quickly, just because I noticed the time, if anybody wants to take a quick break to go to the toilet or something, feel free, because I forgot to do a break roughly halfway last time. Unless you guys are all good. In which
I'm
case we
okay.
can... Alright, sweet, we can continue. Alright, cool. So you guys all meet up, you reconvene, and Yerrick is carrying armor. It looks a lot like the stuff he's already kind of wearing. He's kind of both very similar clothing. But it's like, yeah, okay, cool. But you guys reconvene, and it seems like everybody else is not carrying anything else. What are you guys up to? What are you guys going to do now that you've reconvened? The time is probably about 10 a.m. at this point.
Let's ask him about what happened to them. What did you guys get up to? Anything interesting?
I told you we went on a coffee date.
Oh, just that?
It was great.
Yeah. Sweet
Oh.
coffee.
Nice, cool.
Oh, by the way, their name's Ilya. I finally found out. Thought you guys should know.
Oh. Oh.
Okay.
Baron does not care.
It doesn't even care.
My god, you guys.
Nice to meet you, Leah.
You say Leah.
Leah.
Meet you, Leah.
Leah. Okay.
Alright.
Should we be figuring out like transport to go to the north? Because if we walk, it doesn't sound fun.
I mean, the forest was just behind the cafe where we were at. So I don't think it'd be very far.
Looking at Baron as the most zealous of the adventurers.
Yeah.
You know what? It's fine.
You're cutting out a lot, Baron.
yeah, I
Yeah.
forgot about.
I think it's fine. It's good for exercise. It keeps your weight it keeps you in shape. It keeps your weight in check. Sunlight, vitamin D makes your skin really nice. Walking.
Walking.
Yeah, okay, you guys can walk.
Are we leaving now? Do we want to bring any like food, supplies, weapons, or you could?
So you guys at the moment have a ton of healing potions and potions question mark. Yerrick has new leather armor with him. And I think that's it for the most part. You guys are pretty much ready if you guys want to go in whichever direction you choose to go, unless there's some other random place you want to explore still. Baron, I can't hear you. You're cutting out like a lot.
No,
What?
still no.
It's plugged in.
이제 준비가 됐다.
My god.
Okay.
I mean, okay, if you guys want to go north, you guys can start going north. Unless you
That's
guys want to
okay.
go south or something or whatever.
Let's go the way north. Yes. do
Let's
that.
get this adventure going.
All right, you start heading north. You head kind of
Water.
past the tavern in that direction as you sort of walk. As you're looking around, you kind of look to the horizon, to the side. You see Captain Featherbeard's ship kind of decaying on the side by the port. As you look around, the trees kind of seem to surround the whole area from all sides except for the port side. It's like encircled almost in a way. As you sort of walk, you start to approach the forest. And I want everybody to roll survival checks really quickly.
Hell yeah.
I get the feeling Yorick's good at that. I'm a
Oh, that's alright.
17.
12.
15?
Alright,
I'm the best.
so Baron and Core, you both notice tracks in the ground pretty clearly. You can see there's some, even from like the past few days, it hasn't rained or anything like that. You can tell that there are horse tracks in the ground. You can see the cartwheels. You can see what looks like probably where the goblins were walking. You can also see footprints from the bandits themselves. So you can kind of get a rough idea in which direction they're going. Ilya and Yerek, you guys also kind of get a vague idea of where these footprints lead. You all pretty much see that there's like two distinct paths in which these take. One kind of heads directly behind the tavern in a kind of a straight line straight through the trees, whereas the other one kind of zigzags a bit more to the, from your perspective, to the right in that direction. But they both kind of start to lead into the forest. So, which path would you guys like to take? Or which direction would you like to take? If not any path, you can go anywhere you like. So again, straight ahead. All right. So you guys, you all rolled well enough to know that you guys are following the tracks left behind by the freaking shady, dodgy, scary dude who glided in. You guys follow the path, and it leads through the forest pretty far. So you kind of walk for a bit. The trees aren't super thick. They're still kind of sort of scattered about, so there's still a lot of light coming through. But as you walk deeper and deeper and deeper into the forest, at this point, quite a bit of time is passing by. And the tracks, from your perspective, still seem to be they still seem to be going roughly straight. With all the trees around, you can't really tell exactly which direction they're taking, because they kind of move out of the ways of the trees and then move back and to the left and to the right. You don't get a good idea of exactly where they're heading, if they're heading straight. It feels mostly straight. They haven't taken any sharp turns. And as you follow them, it isn't too long before you hit the shoreline. So you sort of walk out and the trees start to thin out a bit, and you hit this area of beach kind of on this island. And as the tracks lead into the sand, they start to slowly disappear.
Oh.
And you sort of walk out and you follow the tracks, and from the sand you can't really tell exactly where they're going. The forest itself does kind of continue, and the beach does sort of end. So it's up to you if you decide to continue following the path roughly where the tracks maybe would have gone, although now you can't specifically see where they're heading, considering they've hit sand specifically. What would you guys like to do? At this point, I'm going to say that like 2 hours have passed into tracking this.
We get to the sand and Elias stops.
That being said, the island doesn't come to like just sand. The island itself continues, but they head out into the direction where the sand starts. It's like to the edge.
They left the island.
I'm totally dumbfounded.
Could we make a nature check to see like the direction?
Yeah, you can make a nature check. Actually, wait. You want to check the direction of the path, or what? What's
It's not very good.
Wait. Hold on. What exactly do you want to check?
Well, either way, I'm not gonna know because I roll an 8. So.
Yeah, you can't really tell. It looks like the tracks just kind of end at the sand. They're not heading out into the ocean. You can tell that much, but they kind of head alongside the ocean and then sort of stop as soon as they hit the sand. And that's all you can tell.
I think they went on the beach.
decides to investigate those footprints.
All right, do you want to investigate? Did you roll something?
Again.
What? I just heard teen.
18?
Yeah.
19.
19. Okay. Yeah, from a 19. Okay, you investigate the footprints. You notice that the goblin footprints, wherever they were, had stopped long ago, and you assume this is because they were riding on the cart. So that makes total sense with what you've seen. That's congruent with everything that's in your memory. The tracks themselves, just from investigating them, they don't look like they're heading into the ocean. You can tell that much. They look like they're heading kind of from your high investigation. You'd make the presumption that they probably head in this direction along the sand just because the tree density starts to get a bit intense in a specific area. So it's very hard to take a horse and a carriage as well through that part of the forest.
That makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what you can tell from your investigation.
I relayed this information to the rest of the party.
Onto the beach.
Alright, so you guys walk into the beach, into the sandy area, except for Ilya, who I'm presuming is not coming onto the sand.
Ilya is skirting in the tree.
Oh, Ilya, I can give you a piggyback if you're scared of the beach. I mean, it's just like, no. Okay, bye.
You just see these like blue eyes in like the dark of the woods.
Okay, gorgeous waves straight on the beach.
Alright, so as you kind of,
anyway.
as you walk along this beach, if you look out into the horizon, it just looks like ocean for as far as you can see. You can't see anything on the horizon in that direction. Looking kind of in front of you, you see the beach stretch on for quite a while and then sort of turn a little bit past the forest where you can't really see. The island, or the atoll itself, the land and the trees kind of stretch out pretty far into the distance, but also kind of turn sort of to the right from where you're looking. If you decide to look behind you, which you might decide to do, you can see that the direction in which you came as well also doesn't really have much of a direction straight behind you. It looks like as well it has sort of curved up to this point. So you must have taken a very gradual right as you've been walking. You can tell that much just from looking kind of at the shape of where the trees are growing. Aside from that, you can't see too far into the forest itself. It looks like it continues after the kind of beach comes to a thinner point, way up wherever it is. Whatever direction it is that you're facing. Is there anything specific that you're trying to look out for as you're here on the beach? Are you looking for anything? Are you looking through anything? What is it that you guys are trying to do at the moment?
Track the footprints.
Yeah, see where the truck's
Yeah.
Alright.
Can I be listening around for like behind us or any like noises in like the trees
Yeah.
from like my vantage point?
What's your passive perception?
14.
Okay, that's actually pretty good. I'm gonna say that while everybody is kind of looking around the sand for footprints, while you're in the trees, Ilya, kind of around this area still, you do hear some scuffling kind of behind you. Not super. You can't really tell exactly which direction it is, but it's vaguely away from the sand. Just kind of a rustling of leaves and stuff.
Okay. Can I don't know, try and creep through the trees to get a better look?
Sure, you can try going in the direction of the sound if that's what you'd like to do.
Yeah.
Alright, so as you're listening, you kind of hear this ruffling of like the sound of branches and stuff moving out of the way. You walk in that direction and you disappear from everybody else's sight. You walk further into the forest. And
So Ilya is up a tree at this point, by the way.
oh, up a
Just
tree?
to put that out there. Yeah, Ilya
Wait,
is.
okay, so how are you traversing? Are you just kind of keeping a lookout?
Yeah. Like
Okay.
basically going through the trees as like much as possible.
Oh, okay, through the trees. Okay, I get
Like
you. Yeah,
a-
they're close enough together to do that. So you're kind of jumping through the trees, and it sounds like the sound, whatever's making the rustling, as it, actually, hi, as you're jumping through the trees, I want you to roll a stealth check for me.
There we go. like I need to take a picture of this one. Just
What did you
because
get?
I'm gonna
Oh my.
believe.
Got some good rolls today. I'm proud of us.
The biggest roller.
Yeah.
Dude, I know that like my rolls tomorrow are gonna be garbage.
Oh.
Jade doesn't roll well, okay?
Brian usually rolls pretty well.
Oh no, I meant my Jade, my Furbolg Jade.
Yeah.
Furbolg Jade rolls like garbage.
Oh.
Okay, so what did you
Okay.
get? Come on.
It's a natural 20!
Yeah, okay,
Plus
yeah, of course.
7!
God dang it. Okay, so you get your natural
Wow.
20. You are silent. You are one with the trees. You are nothing but a branch to the eyes
Might be
of any
nice.
observers. As you jump through the trees, the sound gets closer and closer. Whatever it is that's making the noise hasn't noticed you. You notice this very harsh crimson red color protruding from underneath the trees from your kind of vantage point. As you get closer and closer, you see that it's the horse that is making these noises, kind of rummaging around and kind of just walking about these trees. It hasn't really noticed you because you rolled a natural freaking 20, so you're super silent and doesn't know you're there. So you see this horse, and it's got a white splooch on its its muzzle, and it's just kind of walking around.
Okay.
It looks like it
And
might
what
be like
is it?
looking for food or something. You don't know specifically.
And it looks like it's fine. It doesn't. What is this red splooch that is
No, it's
on
got
the
like
ground?
the white splooch is like a part of its like fur kind of color. It's like a very harsh red all over, but it's got like kind of a like some horses have
Okay,
like a
so-
stripe that goes along their head like in that direction.
Okay, so there's not actually like blood on the ground.
No. It's just really harshly red colored. It's like blood colored
Okay.
horse. It's very
Okay.
red, very red.
It's a
And
misunderstanding
it's an
for how-
unusual
how
color for a
blood-
horse.
Okay. It's just a horse. I'm gonna ignore it. You know, creep back to the group.
Did you see the where were you when the whole ordeal at the tavern happened last session? Or was it the first session?
First session. I don't think Elia actually left the bar to.
Ah, okay. You just see the red horse then. It's just very red.
Yeah.
And you don't know anything about this horse. Alright, but you find out what's making the wrestling.
Okay. Yeah. Elia just returns to the group.
Alright, you return to the group. And the
Like
rest
they
of the
were never
group...
gone.
Alright, you guys haven't really noticed Ilya leave. I'm guessing unless you were looking around that area instead of looking for footprints in the sand. How are you guys going? After your investigation into the sand, you haven't been able to find anything if you're just looking along the beach. Is there anywhere
About the-
specific you're looking?
On the tree line?
Say again.
Like on the tree line, maybe?
Make a survival check if you're walking along kind of where the grass ends and the sand starts.
Aha! 16 plus 2, 18.
18? You look around and you see nothing for a while. You guys have been walking for a bit. Maybe you're checking this beach out for like an hour or something like that. At this point, you're pretty close to Ilya as well. You do notice at some point you do run into hoof prints. Which you did see also when you were following the tracks initially.
Okay. I'm gonna call over the rest of the group and say I found hoofprint. That's something.
Alright, so you guys all come over.
Yeah. Elia crawls out of their tree and says, "Yeah, I found the horse. I found a horse. It was red. I thought it
We
was blood."
saw the horse, right?
Yeah, you guys saw the horse. Well, whoever was looking at the bad dude leaving the place knows that he rode a red horse with a white splooch on its face.
Also, a boy riding a blooch on its face.
Say again, you keep cutting out. I only heard part of that.
Okay, sorry. Our tavern was also riding a crimson horse with a splooch on its face.
Maybe we should go get.
Alright, so you guys want to go follow the footprints? The hoof prints, sorry.
Yes.
Full of the hoofprints.
Alright. Are you guys just following it, or are you trying to follow it sneakily?
That's
Sneak.
Yeah, try like quiet.
Alright, roll stealth checks for me, please.
Oh, not good at stealth.
I'm gonna let Ilya...
Natural 20!
Oh my god.
Plus, plus 1.
Ilya, you can keep yours from already being stealthed.
15.
15? Okay.
17.
My god, okay, you guys are all stealthy enough.
We're
That's
great.
You follow the hoof prints for a while. They kind of seem, unlike before, they seem to be just going in random directions at this point. You do follow them. There aren't any cart tracks or anything like that as far as you can see from these hoof prints. These look a lot more recent than the other ones, as in these only look maybe a few hours old. Just from looking at them, you can kind of tell they're very muddy, as opposed to the other ones, which have kind of subsided a bit. You eventually do run into the red crimson horse. You follow the prints, and because of your stealth checks, none of you get caught.
By the horse.
Yeah, you don't get caught by the horse. It doesn't see you. It's just walking around. It's like nibbling at some grass. It's just in the forest here, in this very dense forest.
What about the cart? Is there any evidence?
No. As far as you can see, there are only hoof prints, and they're very random. They just kind of wander about. But you did run into the horse. You found it.
Can I make an animal handling check and try to approach?
Yeah, if you want.
This is not going to go well, is it?
Oh, it depends.
Okay. Should I switch dice or should I stick with it? I don't know.
Switch.
Switch?
You want to keep that? Yeah, lock in that rotation of luck.
Nah, I'm gonna use Brian's special dice. I have a lot of dice. This is my dice. Okay, come on, Brian's dice. Oh, Brian's dice. Oh, it's a
Not
14.
rolling for Brian.
No, it knows it's not Brian. It's like, how dare you betray me in this way?
Big brain Brian.
It's a 14.
14. You start walking up to the horse, and you're no longer stealth. Everybody else, I'm gonna say, is still kind of hidden, so the horse doesn't really notice anybody else. As you start walking up to it, it does kind of stop chewing, and it kind of raises its head and it looks up at you as you sort of approach it slowly. It doesn't seem to be too afraid of you at the moment. It's just kind of cautious and looking at you very curiously. Is there anything you want to do to the horse?
Is it eating grass?
Yeah, it's chewing on grass. Some like longer
Okay.
grass that's growing there.
This is something I used to do, like, around horses, which is really stupid, but I seem to like it. I'm gonna take a fistful of the grass and, like, hold it out to the horse, as if my grass is better than the grass down there.
Alright, you can try to do that. So you
Okay,
grab
I'll do
the
that.
grass and you sort of hold it towards the horse's muzzle, and
I make it look very green with prestidigitation and
it looks
smell deliciously
really
grassy.
green. The horse is still chewing its own grass, and it kind of takes a step back as you reach out your hand. No, I'm kind of unsure of what you're trying to do.
I make it emit a grassy flavor. Smells good. I don't know.
As you make it emit a grassy flavor with prestidigitation, the horse kind of gets freaked out a bit and like kind of steps back a bit,
Horsey.
and then turns around and starts galloping away. Not very fast, but kind of slowly. Just like he's out of there.
Yeah, I tried.
So he starts. If you kind of look at which direction he's going, he's kind of. You can't really tell what direction you're facing at this point. You followed some tracks, and they kind of led all over the place, and the horse kind of starts running back. As it does, you, from your perspective, see that the horse runs by another figure in the distance, who's distracted by the horse running by them. And they're kind of far away, but they're far enough away that you can see them. The other players in the party can't see this figure, but you can from watching this horse run in that direction.
How far away am I from the other people in the party?
You're a good 15 feet away, I think.
Okay, so they can hear me. I'm gonna, like, backtrack a bit and say, there's someone over there, and just kind of outline them with my finger.
Yep, so from where you're standing right now that you've backed back, you can't see them, but you can point in that general direction.
And then I scoot back over so I can get an eye on them.
Alright. From where you're standing, it's really hard to see. Whatever that figure is, that silhouette, it's very dark.
Should
From-
we go?
Say again.
From up a tree, can I try to perceive it?
Sure, you can try climb up a tree.
I'm not
No,
even
no.
gonna try.
I was gonna say, Ilya's up a tree already. Can I try and perceive? From
Oh,
up the
yeah,
tree?
okay. If you're up the tree looking down, because this figure is kind of far away, it's actually harder to see it from up inside the tree. Your vision is obscured by the branches and stuff in your way.
Okay.
Where the horse was
Nice.
standing before is kind of like a little bit more of an open area. It's got a lot of longer grass in this section. It looks like this section isn't being kept by anybody. This is just kind of like wildlife at this point with ferns and stuff.
Can I creep a little bit closer in, but still like kind of leaping from tree to tree?
Yes. If you're still up in the trees, you'll have a very hard time seeing.
Okay. Yeah, Elia's not going to leave safety of tree,
Mhm.
but still kind of wants to see. So
What about Baron and
Gonna
Yarrick? What are you guys doing during all this? Since
He's
you've been
gonna
relayed
keep
the information.
sneaking. He's gonna keep sneaking. Direction.
Into which
Paul
direction?
pointed. Paul pointed.
Okay, so you guys, if you guys want to sneak in that direction slowly, I'm gonna say that, okay, if the ones of you who are on the ground, after just sneaking just a little bit, just a few feet forward, after you kind of get out of the way of a few trees that are obscuring the view, you can kind of roughly see this person in the distance. Whoever they are, they're wearing like a black cloak, and they're sort of looking around after this horse has passed. They're looking in the direction of where the horse went, so you can kind of only see them from the backside. They're pretty far away. You can't tell exactly how many feet, but it's probably 60 or more.
okay.
And as you guys are kind of observing them, they sort of stop standing still and pondering, and they start walking. Which, from your perspective, is to your right, but kind of away from you, from what you can see. So they're not looking in your direction as they walk.
Him.
Follow.
Say again. Huh?
Oh, Baron.
Baron! Hello?
I was like, tail him.
Yeah.
Alright. So if you guys want, you guys start tailing this guy. Or
Yeah.
girl. Or neither. We don't really know at this point. We don't even know if it's a person. Might be an aberration. Who knows? Okay, so you follow this figure, this silhouette. And you can follow them from a distance. They're walking very slowly. You do notice, just from observing once you get a little bit closer, that on their person, they have a scimitar in their belt. Which is on the
I'm at the back of the group.
which is on the outside of their cloak. They're walking pretty slowly, and you can't really tell where they're walking. It's very hard to see in this forest, first of all, but it looks like they're kind of walking around some sort of path. If you look in the ground, it looks like wherever they're walking has been treaded before. And they're walking very slowly, just kind of looking around in general, but they're not looking at you because you're kind of behind this person.
Baron's pretty charismatic. Do you think we can have like a friendly introduction? Do we just keep?
It's gonna definitely suspicious. A sneak behind him.
Okay.
Alright. Ignore
I'm at
my
the
ominous
back.
paper shuffling. So, Baron, do you want to get closer? Okay. If you're wanting to get closer, I want you to roll another stealth check. If you want to... How far up close do you want to get? Baron, I can't hear it all.
Him.
Queenie, maybe take your headphones out and just speak to the computer.
Might have to change the microphone. Thing.
Quitty, I can't hear you.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah.
No.
Wait, no, never mind.
I can't hear you. I can't hear it all. Quitty.
Oh.
Hello?
Hello?
I can
There we
hear
go.
you.
There we go.
Alright, cool. Alright, what do you want to do? So how close do you want to get to this figure?
I want to be. I can be able to see him. But I'll hide behind a tree.
Well, you can see him from where you are currently. Like,
How far am I currently?
you're like 60 feet away. Queenie, are you there? Baron froze. Queenie, he froze. Oh my god. Okay, what is everybody else doing at this point while Queenie's frozen? Oh, Queenie, wait, you're back. I think you froze.
30.
You want to get 30 feet close. Okay, you walk up another 30 feet. I'm going to say you don't need to re-roll for that because that's still not super close. I'm going to say that your previous stealth check still applies. So you get within 30 feet, and you're still looking at this person from behind. their cloak looks really familiar. Just from looking at them, this looks like it's probably a bandit. From your previous encounter, you can kind of tell this cloak is kind of similar. They're also wearing a scimitar, which is something very characteristic of the bandits that you've noticed at this point, the ones that were in the bar specifically. That's what you've encountered in the past. What would you like to do? Now that you're 30 feet away, this person is walking very slowly. You can't see their face. You're behind them, and they're not looking behind them. They're kind of sort of looking around side to side. From your perspective, you can only see the back of their head.
How far am I from the...
From the rest of the party? If you're 30 feet behind the bandit and nobody else has moved up closer, then you're 30 feet in front of the party.
I walk back to the party. Let's go sneak attack this guy and capture him.
Alright.
Huh. Okay.
Yeah.
Can we
Getting
summon
more
Ilya
information,
down?
so-
Yeah, so I'm gonna go up.
Ilya's been listening. But Ilya is going back up that tree.
So you want to capture this guy, okay.
Capture him.
Ilya, we need someone sneaky. Come on.
I'm sneaky. And look, that's our plan A. We're gonna sneak attack him. Yeah.
So,
No.
Anyone do this?
Who's with me?
Yeah.
Ilya. What's going on?
Ilya, will crawl back down the tree just a little. Yeah, I can hear you.
We need
Let's
someone
attack this
sneaky.
guy.
Well, yeah, okay.
Alright, so that's our plan A. Plan B, if he finds out who we are, hit him with my charisma.
Okay.
Okay.
But the plan is to capture, not kill, right?
Yes.
Oh, Baron. Can't hear.
Baron! What is up with your
Discord's
mic?
having some problems.
Yeah. Would like to question him about and where the rest of his pack are.
Okay.
And what if it's a trap?
I doubt.
Chai is calling for us.
Okay, you guys go first.
Yep, Ilya's going back up the tree.
I'm gonna stay here for the moment.
Oh my god, you guys
Uh-huh.
are leaving Baron to this on his own.
Very adventurous
you, Baron.
soul.
Alright, Baron, you're on your own. What do you want to do? How do you want to capture / charm / whatever it is you want to do to this poor soul?
Also,
Let's see what
Baron's
happens.
not alone. Baron has Ilya for backup
Oh,
Just
true.
Up the tree.
From the
up the tree.
yeah.
Actually, he doesn't need to do anything.
Wait, I have more spells. I don't have all my spells. Yes, I do. Just not on. I haven't got them on D&D.
Baron, I just realized I don't even need to do anything. Baron decides to cast sleep on the bandit.
Wait, what? Is there like a save or something?
Wait,
Or does he
no.
just fall asleep?
So,
I get out of range of Baron.
Wait, is there did you say there's a save?
Save.
No save? Falls asleep then.
Uh-huh.
That sounds crazy OP though, for real.
Wait, I have sleep as well.
Baron has to roll for the hit dice or the number of hit
That's an
dice that will affect, though.
He ate.
Wait, so
how are we
hold
supposed to question him if he's asleep?
So we can tie him up.
I
Oh,
like how you guys think.
This is not.
roll a 5d8, so...
Just everyone get out of Baron's range.
The spell sends creatures into
A
a magical
point.
slumber. Roll 5d8. Damn, okay, really
behind
doesn't have a save. Creatures within 20 feet of a point you choose.
Yeah.
Okay, so you need to move a little bit closer.
Okay.
Say again.
8.
Say again, you're cutting out.
Range is 90 feet, but from
Yeah.
that point...
Oh,
it's
yep,
20
yep. Okay, cool. And it's got a
Somewhere.
duration of
But
1
yeah.
minute, so this person will be asleep for 1 minute if you choose.
5d8. 5.
Say again.
Okay, and the hit points is 25.
Wait, say again. What was the first part?
the 5d8, and the hit points was 25.
Yeah, okay. He's asleep.
Okay.
He's the only person in range. This is the only one that falls asleep. You got this guy. Falls to the floor. Unconscious.
Yeah, come help me tie this. I said, help me tie this guy up.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then he dashes up.
I walk slowly behind.
Alright. You guys will walk up to this sleeping fellow. As far as you can see, there's nobody else around.
Yeah, I was gonna say, just keep an eye out for anyone else.
Yeah, just remember, if you're... I mean, unless you want a perspective check, just generally from looking around a bit, you can't see anybody immediately here.
I would like to perception check the area.
Alright, you can
before
perception check the area. Go for it.
launching myself down to go and.
It does seem like a routinely walked path, so that'd be
It's
weird.
15.
15. Looking around, looking down the path, you get the feeling that this path is probably frequently walked. So as far as you can see, you don't see anybody at the moment, but you get the idea that this path is probably not the best place to stay for a long period of time, just from looking at it in general.
Maybe
Can
we
we-
should drag him off.
Yeah, can we
Yeah.
drag him into like the bushes on the side?
Yeah.
You certainly can. How are you gonna tie him up?
I have rope.
You have rope?
Alright, you tie up with rope. Holy crap.
And then we're gonna confiscate his scimitar.
Alright, whoever takes it has one normal scimitar added to their inventory.
Can I compare the scimitar of his like to mine and see if they're like similar anyway?
Sure, you can compare it if Baron lets you have it to compare.
Please, Baron.
Plus Baron.
Baron, please.
Yes, I think.
Yes? Was that a yes? Okay.
There's a ha.
Can I? Oh.
So if Baron,
Can I
okay,
compare the,
if
I
Baron,
have
if
a
you took the
scimitar,
scimitar, and
I decide to search his entire body for anything.
okay, okay,
Okay.
while you're doing
Before
that,
we do that.
yes,
Oh, sorry. I was gonna say before we do that, Elia has picked up the bandit and is just gonna carry him off wherever somebody tells Elia to take them.
make a strength
Oh,
check.
Okay. Elia doesn't actually pick him up.
Oh,
You kind of try. He's heavier than he seemed at first.
can I try? This is just gonna be funny.
Yeah, get everyone on me.
Roll a strength check as well if you want to try to pick him up.
Okay, it's actually okay. But I have a -1. It is a 14.
14. Okay, you struggle a little bit, but you do manage to pick him up.
Yes.
Not overly heavy,
Strong,
but it's
tiny
like
man.
it's uncomfortable carrying a whole body on your shoulder.
You really bump his head like on the way. From your shitty drag.
Alright, while all this is going down, Baron, you wanted to search his entire body. So once you guys bring him over somewhere into the bushes, as you search, aside from the scimitar, if you're searching his whole body, I want you to roll an investigation check. I can't hear you.
1.
19! Okay.
19.
You search his whole body, you do find some stuff. You find that he is carrying some coins. You find 14 silver. You also find that he's carrying a ruby with him, a very small gem. Aside from that, he isn't carrying much of anything else, aside from a flask with water, if you choose to take that, and the clothes that he's wearing.
Close.
I want to wrestle Baron for the ruby if I see it.
Baron does not care for the ruby at all. I have plenty of those at home, whatever.
It's a precious stone. Cause got it.
Alright, cool. You rush up to Baron enthusiastically, and
Like a magpie.
you take the ruby.
Sweet.
Yerrick,
They
as
look busy
you take
inspecting
the scimitar to
the
compare
thing.
briefly to the one you have on your person, this one looks pretty much the same, aside from the fact that it's not as damaged from being shoved into a wooden pillar. Aside from that, it looks like it's been worn out and used a bit. It's not like new or anything like that, but it doesn't seem to be as damaged as the one you currently have. Aside from that, it seems to be the same thing.
Alright. I'm gonna go back and hand Baron, the damaged scimitar.
I don't want this.
This is the one you gave me. What do you mean?
I don't want this.
Alright, as you guys are bickering
I'll
over
take both.
who gets the scimitar, at this point, since it's been about a minute since all this has gone on, and the searching and the carrying and all that, the bandit wakes up. And he's dazed for a minute before he realizes he's tied up.
Oh shit, it's waking up.
Oh, what do you want? Who are you people?
Hey, friend.
Let me go.
Can we like converse for a second, like as a group? Just like whispering to each other.
Group.
Alright, you guys
I
group
could-
huddle.
Huddle.
Get me out of here. I don't want to be tied. What is this?
Alright,
I
how
will
are we doing
report-
this?
I can charm him. Potentially. This is a thing I can do.
Hmm?
Make him a bit
Okay.
nicer, a bit more friendly.
I can either intimidate or persuade him.
Whatever you guys want to do. How does charming work
Freeze
exactly?
his limbs off.
I'll find the spell because my D&D Beyond is king.
Uh, lasts an hour. They know that they've been charmed once it's over.
Yep.
Yeah.
Can't attack the charmer or
da-da-da-da-da.
target the charmer with harmful abilities or magical effects. The charmer has advantage on any ability check to interact socially with the creature.
Hold on. Yeah.
I can't like save against that, can I?
You can, it's a wisdom save.
Wisdom save? Alright, if you want to charm him, go for it.
Do you want me to charm him or do you want to try it with your charms?
Men.
Sorry.
Him. I am not interested in men.
Okay. Alright, I'll try a charm person. Wisdom save.
Okay, not very good. He rolled a 6.
Ah, yes, you are charmed. You like me.
I like you.
Okay, what do we want to ask
He
him?
blushes just a little bit.
I look like Baron, so that's weird.
You charmed him! Baron's a very
Okay.
charismatic, charming individual, what can I say?
Yeah, that's true. Okay, what
Ask
do we
him.
want to ask him?
Who does he work for?
Who do you work for? My fine.
Okay, wait, how does being charmed work? I don't have to, like, 100% tell the truth, do I?
Friendly. You're friendly, you like me. Let me find the
Oh,
exact.
okay, okay.
Yeah. Friendly acquaintance.
Friendly acquaintance, alright. I work for the captain, of course.
Who's this captain we speak?
Our captain. Captain Stronghand.
Captain Stronghand.
Yes.
What does Captain Stronghand look like?
He looks like us. He wears dark clothing. Very muscular.
Muscular? He's not pale and ghostly looking by any chance.
How dare you talk about a captain like that? Of course he's not pale. He's got fine, tan skin and rippling muscles.
Oh. Hmm.
He goes kind of red in the face a little bit as he's describing him.
Okay, what else do we want to ask?
How long does this last, by the way?
We have an hour.
You have an hour? He's charmed for an hour.
Yeah, he
Alright.
loves us.
Where is his base? People.
Just
Yes.
follow this path and you'll reach the camp.
Us there.
Could you guide us? Like, you can walk ahead of us. Be right behind you.
Let's not get ahead of ourselves here. Alright, we have an hour.
How many friends does your captain have?
Oh, there are a lot of us here. I don't know exactly how many.
What's your deal? What do you guys want?
We want to serve the captain. And he has interesting requests and desires. Our ship was burnt down a short while ago.
Oh,
So we're stranded for now, but we're looking for gems and some other things.
Gem.
Them.
Gem. Call us.
So, oh wait, you're asking him.
Yep.
Yes, we collect precious gemstones where we can find them. And bounties wherever we may find them also.
Where do you store these gems out of interest?
Well, we don't personally store them anywhere. That's up to the captain's discretion. Only he knows where they are all stored.
Where's the captain?
He's in the camp, as far as I know.
Okay.
What's he
Cause-
doing, Miranda?
The captain?
Oh, sorry, the dude we're talking to.
Oh, what am I? Okay, what is the guy tied up doing here?
Well, I was like asking through.
I was on
Cool.
patrol, but I have failed.
Oh.
No, you haven't failed. You're just bringing the captain friends.
Yes, that is
We're
true.
friends now.
Yes, hello, friends. You're all very charming, I must say.
Yeah, we know.
Well, how does this work? Am I only charmed like for one person, or am I like charmed for the group in general? Is he charmed just to Core and like
One
hostile
thing.
towards the rest?
I've seen this work in different ways, and I don't know which
Yeah.
one to go.
I'm gonna
Because
say
in
that he's
Taz-
just charmed in general.
Yeah.
So he'll just
In
if
Taz,
you
it
want him
works
to
for
be
the whole
charmed
party.
towards all of you guys, then he'll just be like, "Oh, you guys are all friends. I like you all."
I think it's just specifically like mostly towards the caster, but I think it probably would extend to the close acquaintances. I don't
Yeah,
know.
I mean, if he sees you interacting positively with them, then he'll make that inferation.
That makes sense.
Is that a word? Inferation? That's not a word.
is
Inference.
now.
Inference.
Inference.
He'll make that inference.
How many people are we looking at if we go to this camp?
I don't know. Couple dozen.
Couple dozen. Oh.
There's a few of us on patrol. We're actually short a few people.
Hmm. Do you know what happened to them?
No. The captain might know.
Hmm.
Do we want to go to the camp with a couple dozen, bandits? Does it sound like a good idea?
Sounds like it would hurt quite a bit.
Yeah.
I'm
Wait.
really interested in this bandit idea. I would really love to serve under your captain too.
Oh, really? I can guide you there. That would be very wonderful.
Our team would love to be basement bandits. And we'd love to join your cause if you'd led us to the captain.
We could always use more troops. I'm sure the captain will be most pleasantly surprised by this idea. But alas, I cannot move.
Elia's gonna untie the bandit.
Okay, you untie him and he kind of gets up and brushes himself off.
Sorry about the misunderstanding.
No, it's quite alright. I don't meet such nice people on my treks usually. In fact, I don't meet many people at all. It's a shame, really.
Promise us
No.
forever.
Say again, you cut out a bit.
Yep. Forever, won't we?
Yes, we will. Most certainly. Alright, follow me. I can guide you to the camp if you'd like. The captain will be pleased. He looks like he's a bit drunk too, on top of being charmed. You get the feeling. Just from watching his behavior. So?
Did you want some? Oh, sorry. I was gonna.
Yes,
I was gonna offer the bandit a drink.
Oh,
Pulling out.
no, I mustn't. I mustn't be drinking on the job.
Are you sure, friend?
I think I've had 5 too many drinks already. But thank you for the offer. I will guide you back to the camp. It will be wonderful. Follow me, friends. And he starts walking in the opposite direction in which he was coming along that track.
Can I ask him for his cloak?
How do you want to ask him?
Your cloak is just so beautiful. Would you mind if I tried it on?
Tried it on. He gets kind of defensive for a second. But this
But
is
we're
all I
such
have. This is...
We're such good friends. I'll give it back.
Do you promise? Okay, roll a persuasion with advantage.
Okay. Oh, I'm gonna need that advantage. Okay. Persuasion. Because it was a 4. Now it's a 14. Plus
Okay, not too bad.
4. 18.
Alright. Okay, fine, you can try it on. And he takes it off. And he's got not much else on underneath, he's just got very plain clothing. The man himself doesn't look like he's that old. He looks like he's... Now you can see him clearly because the cloak very much covers all of your features in a very kind of a shaded light. As he hands you the cloak, you can kind of tell that he's a... From just looking at him, he's a human. He's a male. He looks like he's probably in his late 20s, maybe early 30s. He looks pretty... He looks in good shape. Like he might be some sort of soldier or something if you hadn't have seen him wear the clothes. He's wearing plain clothes underneath. That cloak, as nice as it looks, hides kind of the attire underneath. Clearly these guys aren't any sort of official authority from what you can tell. And he hands you the cloak.
I put it on.
Oh, it looks nice on you.
Thank you. And I just keep walking.
Where do you walk?
Behind him, if he's leading us.
He's not leading you anymore. He's waiting for his cloak.
Oh, come on. I just want to wear it for a little bit.
For a little...
I gotta get a feel for it, you know?
All right. I'll let you wear it for a bit. But you have to give it back. I don't have much else.
Okay.
And so he walks for a bit.
Just doesn't make eye contact.
For like a couple minutes. And then he starts kind of slowing down. And he looks around. Alright. I want my cloak back. And at this point, in the distance behind him, he's not looking forward, you can see another figure in the far distance approaching. You're all kind of looking that way so you can all see it. And it's another cloak.
I'm looking at the other people, like, do we want to attack or do we want to be friendly?
I would say we'll start with some diplomatic.
Diplomacy.
The guy, as you're sort of standing there pondering, I want everybody to roll kind of a perception check. I'm gonna get the bandits roll as well.
15.
21.
Okay. 20. Okay, wait, 21. Wait, who rolled that? Baron. Okay, Baron, you notice that the other figure, for whatever reason, waves. As if he's like greeting somebody from a distance.
Wave back.
And as you wave back, he stops for a minute.
My arm around the bandit.
Keep in mind, the bandit isn't wearing his clothing right now. So he hastens his step and he starts walking towards you guys. What are you guys doing? The bandit himself is like kind of looking at Core at the moment, so he isn't looking in the direction of the approaching figure.
Okay, I abandoned my plans of taking his place and hiding his body and put the cloak back on him.
Alright. Ooh, he sees you make the switch. With a...
I was just trying it on.
He notices the whoever it was that was running up, or well, sorry, walking up towards you guys. As soon as he sees that the cloak switches over from one person to another, he starts running towards you guys and pulls out his sword. And you can see from a distance, he's really far away. This is like very obvious. He's not very subtle about this. And
Ilya's gonna go up the tree.
all right, Ilya, you run up the tree, and the bandit currently, who's still charmed and a bit groggy from being drunk, waves at the guy. And the guy keeps running.
I want to follow Ilya up the tree.
All
I
right.
don't know if I can.
Yeah, sure. It's not that hard to climb. The trees are pretty easy to climb.
Okay, cool.
And at this point, I mean, all of you are kind of sort of watching this from a bit of a distance. The bandit is quite a bit ahead of you. After he has his cloak back on, he kind of like adjusts himself and he turns back around. And the other bandit, who's run up to this point, let me check something really, really quickly, because this is now a very weird situation that I've rolled myself into. My goodness. Okay, just quickly do something. Oh yeah. He's gonna... Okay, the bandit who's been running up to this point is gonna swing his sword, and he's gonna take a swing. But the person he's swinging at is the bandit that you gave the cloak to.
Wait, what?
This is...
Okay.
Anyway, yeah, he does that. And the bandit himself takes 8 points of damage.
That's all my
Oof, he gets slashed really hard. He was not expecting this. And he falls over in pain. And he looks up at the tree. Hold on, let me just... He looks up at the tree and he looks at Core. And he yells, "Are you alright?"
I just give him a thumbs up. You're doing great, sweetie.
And he kind of looks back at the groveling kind of bandit who's now on the floor bleeding out pretty profusely. And he yells at him. Yeah.
Does Core look like Baron or with orange hair, or does Core look like the bandit?
I was rolling with the assumption that you looked kind of like Baron with orange hair at the moment.
Yeah, I don't think I specified the change, so Baron
Okay.
with the carrot hair.
Alright, Baron with carrot hair. Who looks a bit different from regular Baron now because he doesn't have carrot hair any longer. He... He yells at the other bandit on the ground and he says, "Hand that over!" And he grabs the cloak by the collar and he pulls it off the guy in like one fell swoop. And he kind of... he throws it at the base of the tree and says, "Here you go, be more careful."
Okay.
"Gregory, what
Slide
are
down
you
and
doing?"
Take my click.
You notice that he calls you Gregory as he sort of says this.
Great. Okay. I can roll with it.
This poor bandit. He's still charmed. Alright, so what are you doing? You're up the tree, this guy's kind of staring at you in this with a weird expression.
Wait, I slide down and get the click.
Oh yeah, okay, you slide down, and he kind of looks at you with this puzzled face, wondering how you got into this predicament. He looks at I want you to, okay, roll a perception check while he's looking at you.
Okay. Okay. 13?
13? He kind of looks like he might know you, strangely. He doesn't look at
Okay.
Baron at all. But he looks
Okay.
at your orange hair a lot.
Orange hair. Okay. Sweet.
And he looks back down at the bandit on the ground. He looks back at you. "You should take better care of yourself, Gregory. You know there are mobs about. Who are your friends?"
I know, he really wanted to try my cloak on. I had to let him. Sake of fashion.
Try your I thought you were getting attacked, Gregory.
Oh no! These lovely people wanted to actually join the cause.
Yeah.
And he kind of looks at all of you. You know, we don't really let non-humans join our cause. You know that, right? He looks at Baron though and kind of smiles, and he looks at the rest of you and kind of frowns a bit.
That's a bit of a, outdated view. I think we should maybe expand our horizons a little, or at least trial them, giving them a job into.
We can bring it up with the captain. They seem nice enough. And at this point, he hears the bandit kind of make a pained sort of noise. Oh. And that bandit... Ooh, he's gonna take a swing as well. At this point, while your friend, who you don't recognize, but he recognizes you, Gregory,
My friend.
this unknown guy gets slashed by... Oh no, he can't! He can't get... Never mind. He doesn't have his scimitar. You guys
Oh,
took
he
it.
took his scimitar. Yeah.
Right. He doesn't do anything. He tries to swing his arm. And at this point, the other bandit notices this. And he takes a swing in response.
Uh-oh.
And he cuts the head of the bandit who you charmed off. Clean off. Very, very firmly. That bandit is now dead. He has lost all of his HP and he's bleeding from the neck out and his head is severed.
Well, that was.
Quick, we need to get back to the camp. No more fooling around. We're in danger here. We'll get somebody to
Sweet.
swap out for our shift.
Yeah, okay. Cole's just a bit like.
Come. And he sort of like motions for you to follow him. How did we get into this
Toss.
scenario?
Did you say he tore his head off with the sword?
He chopped it off.
chopped it off.
Yeah.
He rolled really
Can I
well.
throw his head like in the bushes or something? Just away.
Yes. You
Okay,
like?
I'll do that.
That's maybe not a bad idea, actually. Yeah. Okay, you throw the head into the bushes. The bleeding corpse is still there.
I'll forget about the corpse. That's too big.
That's too big.
Okay, he's missing a head. Cool.
Let's just leave that.
Cool.
Yeah.
Alright, as you're walking, he sort of turns back around and he looks at you, Core. Gregory, where's your scimitar? Don't tell me that foe took it.
No, actually, I was just trying it out. You know.
I was just lending my. I was a bit like irresponsible. I was letting them take a look.
Gregory, you know we don't lend our scimitars to everybody. They don't have scimitar licenses like we do. Okay, this is very dangerous.
No, they were just so nice. Can I have my sip?
I'm gonna give it back to Gore.
Alright, you hand it back. Alright. I don't want to see any funny business around here, okay? I know Gregory seems to trust you, but I don't know who you fellows are. My apologies. And he kind of scowls as he looks at you. And he smiles at Baron, and he looks back around.
These guys are racist.
Oh boy. He leads you back. You guys walk for quite a while along this path, and you veer off the path after a certain point. If you keep following him, you do notice that there are other bandits kind of patrolling, but they sort of wave to each other in agreement. Core, if you decide to wave or not, that's up to you.
I'm very friendly.
They seem to wave at you as well. If you're wearing the cloak, are you wearing the hood up or down?
Up.
Up? They wave at you. They look like they're friendly for some reason.
Okay.
Alright, so you guys walk back and you guys walk into the camp. And you walk like right into the heart of it. There are tents everywhere. As you're looking around, all the bandits are kind of mumbling to each other and looking over as they have a look at all these non-bandits kind of enter their sanctuary, their coagulation of tents. As far as you can see, there aren't that many points of interest here. There's a campfire kind of in the center of where this is all spread. There are quite a few tents around. You do see maybe 12, 13, 14 bandits in this area. They see that your group is being led by what they presume to be 2 bandits. Okay, wait, hold on. I need to bring up the map of this place. Okay, you see quite a few tents. You do see the tents are all rectangular. They come to a triangle sort of shape. They're all fairly small. It looks like they're occupied by single tenants, from what you can tell. There is a slightly bigger tent pretty close to the campfire itself. Well, it's not too much further than the rest of the tents are, because they're kind of all encircled in this area. There is a much bigger tent. They're all kind of shades of green to kind of mix in with the scenery, so you wouldn't be able to tell that they're here unless you were kind of close by or had a very good perception of the area. This one other tent is not shaped like the others. It's more hexagonal in its shape, and it looks like it's a bit more intricate in its structure, I should say. The bandits, as far as you can tell, as you look around, they all appear to be human, which is not surprising given your encounter up to this point. They all seem to be looking quite a bit at Ilya and Yurik. They're very surprised.
So Ilya, when... Because Ilya would have gone up the tree and then come back down cloaked and with the silver mask.
Okay.
They wouldn't actually be able to tell that Ilya is green. They just can see someone who's covered up.
Okay, they're looking at you suspiciously then. They don't have the same look that they do when they're looking at Yurik, which is kind of this sort of disgusted look that they have.
Oh.
These guys don't look very friendly. From just looking at them, these people look like they're the types of people who'd be ready to start a fight at the drop of a hat. But you walk around, and this guy who's leading you, he leads you back to a specific tent. And he kind of motions for you, like, here you go. And he sort of turns around and starts walking. This tent that he led you to is a small tent. There's nobody inside. It looks like it has a lot of personal possessions kind of around the entrance as far as you can see. And you're here with your crew, at which a lot of the bandits are looking at. So what do you want to do? You can look around. You can try interact with peeps now that you're somehow here. I don't know how you ended up here, but you're here inside the bandit camp. Yeah. You've got a bunch of little tents. You've got a slightly bigger tent, and you've got a very big tent. They're all pretty close together. So what do you guys
Sorry,
want to do?
which tent did we get led to? The one.
You just got led to a tent on the side. It's opposite. If you take the fire pit or the fireplace, it was a fire pit, I guess. Yeah, opposite. If you take the fire pit as like the center of this kind of encirclement of tents, then you're opposite the end of the slightly bigger tent, and the very big tent is off to your right side if you're facing into the circle center.
Wait, so are we near another tent? Like, did he lead us civically to a tent?
He led you to specifically one tent, as if he motioned to it, as if kind of as if he expected that you would be expected to have been led back to this tent.
Shall we go in there?
I ask him, what's in this tent? May I ask?
That's not for me to say. That's for Gregory here. This is his tent.
Oh, sweet.
Gregory, we haven't seen you in quite a few days. It's good to see you again.
Yes, you too. All right, let's have a quick tour of my tent, friend. And he goes into the tent.
He's got a puzzled look, but he turns around and he sort of leaves. So you go into the tent and you look around. You see a sleeping bag, basically, like a very primitive one made of cloth and various other materials. It's filled with feathers. As far as you can see, some of them are falling out of the material that this is made from. You see a couple of pots. You see a bag, which seems to be filled with rice, from what you can tell. There isn't much else here. There's a little, kind of, very small makeshift table, upon which you can see some paper. And there isn't much else here. You do see just kind of grass along the ground. This tent doesn't have a floor. It's just sort of been pinned up, and there's like a little cup on the side, and that's kind of it. It's very bare bones. As far as personal artifacts are concerned, there's nothing that you can immediately see from just looking around. He does have, like, whoever this Gregory is that this tent supposedly belongs to, left a few cups around the side of the entrance, which is the only thing that really distinguishes it at a glance from any of the other tents.
Can I investigation check for like personal info that could help me pass Gregory?
You can look around, sure. Roll an investigation check.
Okay. Okay. 14.
14. Looking around, anything that seems to be a personal affect, it has some sort of green coloring to it. So everything is kind of patterned in similar sort of ways. But it's very basic stuff. So like, there are like little green prints on the mug, for example, that you can see there. The paper itself has something written in green ink.
Green. Okay, what's on the paper? Does it say anything?
It does, if you want to have a look at it. It's written in common, so you can totally understand it perfectly fine. And it says,
yeah.
if you want to have a look at what it says there specifically, it just says, ship arrival at port. Note to self.
Okay. Green. I will make a mental note of these.
Say again.
I'll make a mental note of the green and the ship arrival.
Yep. You also do see. I forgot to mention. Actually, this should have been apparent, but I forgot to mention it. There is also a pen there, on the table.
Is it a green ink pen?
You can try it out.
Okay.
It writes
do
in
that.
green, in the
Okay,
very same
green
green as you can see on the paper.
Okay, Gregory likes green. I will remember this.
All right. I'm guessing you take the pen then.
Yeah.
All right. So you guys are in this camp. What do you want to do? Oh boy.
The stress, my comfort levels are very low. Everyone's looking at me like they want to kill me.
Yeah, a little bit. You
Aw.
get that vibe.
Did we all go into Gregory's tent or just...
That's up to you guys.
Go talk to the captain.
I'm
Wanna
gonna stay
go
in the
to-
tent.
You want to talk to the captain?
Yeah, I thought that was the purpose of this was.
What do we plan to do if the captain, realizes that I'm Gregory, and then they all attack us?
You don't have to come with us. We'll get the other guy to come with us.
Okay. Baron, I know we're not great friends, but I still don't really want you to die, so...
It's alright, I'm a very adventurous soul.
Maybe too much for your own good.
This can lead me to my goblins.
Gosh. They do have gems. I would like to know where these gems are. If everyone goes, I will go.
Give me a minute. Can we close the tent door on Gregory's tent?
There is no tent door.
Okay, cool.
I mean, there's like a flap kind of thing, but that's
Yeah,
always
that's-
sort of flinging about. So you don't need to. You can't really close anything any further, but you can't really keep it open either.
Can I put together a human face, guys?
A human face disguise. How do you want to do this?
Force
Elia has just like a full-on makeup kit and is just gonna, spend a little bit of time contouring and.
If you want
Stop
to do
being
that,
green.
I want you to roll a performance check in that case.
Performance or deception? I am
Up to you.
proficient with this.
I'll let you pick. I'll let you pick.
Okay. Okay. That is a 13 plus 5, 18.
18? Yeah, you can look pretty convincing. You kind of look like you're wearing horns for the fun of it. Unless you're, how cloaked are you actually? Okay.
Pretty close.
All right. If you're wearing your mask and your
horns
cloak
are
still, I'm
covered.
gonna say that you can pass as human.
Okay, so if I take off the mask, they'll be like, but think maybe that's a human under there.
Yeah, they'll probably jump to the conclusion that it's a human more so than any other race at this point, probably. In which case, they're going to be very sus of Yerrick.
Yerrick, do you need some makeup? Oh wait,
Does that work?
I think just a heads up, because of his proportions, there is probably no way you can make him look human. Even with a natural 20, it would be very hard, and very few people would actually fall for it.
Could be a small child. I can hold his
He
hand.
would not pass for a small child.
It was worth a shot.
What about like dwarfism?
It was worth a shot.
Will that work?
And before we go and meet the captain, can we attempt to steal the rice?
Yeah, it's like a kilo bag, so it's not very big, so you can pocket it pretty easily if you'd like to take it.
Yep.
Is there can I do like an additional investigation or perception check of the tent? Is there anything else to look at? Or
Yeah, you can check. There isn't much to check, but there's a sleeping bag there, and then you've got that little tiny table. Depends on what you want to check for.
I'm gonna investigate the sleeping bag. See what's anything with that.
All right, so roll an investigation check.
15.
15. All right, you look through the sleeping bag, and you kind of rummage through it. You do discover a few things. There are some socks, some underwear, both of which are very stinky and very gross. They've been there for some time. They are not clean. You can tell that from just looking at them and from feeling them. As far as anything else, you do rummage across a photograph.
What's on the photograph?
There is a picture of a woman, a young woman. This photograph it doesn't look very old, but it's very crumpled. You can't tell from the picture how old she is. She looks maybe late teens, early 20s from what you can tell. She has very, very bright orange hair.
Alright. Pocket the photo.
Alright, you pocket the photo of the mystery orange-haired woman.
I just realized I'm down a spell. Is it possible we could take a short rest so I can get that back? If we have a fight, I kind of be able to defend myself. I mean, you. Best I can.
Oh, I should mention that Captain Featherbeard has he's been with you this whole time. I almost forgot.
Yeah.
Yeah. I forgot about it.
Can we take a short rest?
Oh my god, okay. Yeah, he's with you as well. People have been staring at him freaking as well. This freaking bird brain. I almost forgot. He was coming with because he got persuaded with the 20. He's here.
Yeah.
What are we doing here? Oh my god.
Lecture.
This is a mess. How did we end up in the pack? Okay, it's fine. It's fine. You guys are in the camp. In the camp as bandits.
Short rest, please.
Alright.
Alright, so you can take a rest for 1 hour if you like. So, you
Yes,
take a short
please.
rest. Everybody, if you like. Do you... Okay, all of you can't fit in this tent. Just a heads up.
Okay.
I think maybe 2. Maybe 3 if you want to stack people. Maybe 4.
It's to go seek out the other guy and be like, can I room with you just for today, homie?
Okay, roll a perception check if you're looking for the other guy. Because everybody's wearing the same cloak.
Wasn't he next door?
No, he just led you there.
Uh,
Say again?
Uh,
13, did you say?
yes.
Just looking around, everybody kind of looks the same. It's very hard to tell differences between people, and the guy who seemed to come help you, it just kind of seemed dark. Underneath the hood, there wasn't really much of a distinguishing feature about him. You could probably tell him if you ran into him, and he might be able to spot you. But as far as you can see, just from scanning around, everybody's looking at you, kind of with hesitancy, almost as if they definitely 100% don't recognize you. You don't know where he's
Go
going.
up to a random guy and say, I wanted to join this order for a long time, and I was wondering where that guy I was with who led me here, where did he go?
Hi, what are you doing here in our camp? You don't have a cloak, are you? I don't
I
recognize
wanted
you.
to join your cause.
You want to try? We could have people. I didn't know we could do that. Maybe you should talk. I don't think. We're very tightly knit. We're not from this island, you know. I don't know if you know
Neither
this.
am I.
Wow, amazing. I don't know you. I don't know if I should be talking to you. I'm sorry.
Oh, ostracized.
Oh. And that guy before, he really liked us.
What guy? I don't remember seeing a guy.
Oh, the guy with the cloak who looks just like you, except he wasn't you.
Is Gregory back?
Gregory, and also
I can't hear you. You're cutting out.
sorry, who was the guy who Gregory was really close to?
Gregory was kind of a drifter. He didn't really get close to anybody. I always thought he was cool. He had very orange hair.
Yes. Well, anyway, it turns out that we decided to friends here.
Barry, you're cutting out a lot. Barry, I can't hear you.
Oh dear.
Gregory.
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 I heard Gregory. That's it.
Gregory invited us to join this cause, and you know how much you trust him. Yeah.
I mean, I've never said anything to him, but maybe you should talk to the captain. He's in that tent over there, and he points to the very big hexagonal pointy one. Although I think he's yelling at somebody right now. Maybe I don't know if this is the best time. He's very angry.
I just wanted to be friends with you right now. What's your name?
I don't know if I should be giving that sort of information away. I mean, I guess you could call me Stakrir. I'm sorry, it's a weird name. I know I didn't pick it. It's just how it turned out.
That's a very beautiful name. Stakir, do you mind if I just take a rest in your tent tonight?
I don't know. I mean, I kind of have personal stuff in there. I don't really know if I want anybody looking at it.
I won't judge. I'll go talk to the captain tomorrow. I don't know if he's in a...
Tomorrow it's like 11 a.m. What do you mean? There's a long time to wait.
Okay, no, sorry. In a few hours after he finishes shouting. But for now, Could I just take a quick rest?
I guess. Just please don't judge me.
You seem like a lovely guy.
Thanks. All right, so he kind of moves aside. He's kind of outside his tent. He's like snacking on some bread. As you go inside, the inner flaps of his tent are like taped with borderline scandalous pictures of very buff men. He himself, the guy Stakrir, who you talked to, is very small, very skinny boy. You can tell even from the cloak. He's kind of stands out a little bit more than the rest of the cloaked fellows that are here. But aside from that, it's not that bad. He's overreacting a little bit. He's very shy, as you can tell. So you crawl into his sleeping bag, I guess, or are you sleeping like on top of it or something? And you take your short rest. Everybody, short rest. Do a short rest. That's what we're doing. And I'm gonna say after you've taken this short rest, it's an hour has passed. It's still kind of daylight. It looks like it's maybe like 12-ish, 1-ish, sometime around then. Stakrir is nowhere to be seen. After you wake up, everybody else as you wake up, Gregory, you too. The real Gregory has not returned, thankfully. I wonder why.
I wanna find Baron before we go talk to the captain.
Okay, as you walk outside your tent door, I want roll. Okay, wait. If you're walking out to look for Baron, then I want you to roll a perception check for me.
14 plus 2, 16.
All right. So with the 16, you're kind of close to that big tent, like closer than Baron is right now. Baron is a bit further away. You do hear kind of muffled yelling coming from inside it. It seems like if you get close, you'd probably be able to hear it because of how loud the captain is yelling. But from here, you can kind of hear this.
Can I like subtly go back and try and walk past the tent?
Yeah, if you like. You look like like one of the bandits right now, so you can do that if you like. Nobody's gonna look at you weird. Everybody's kind of ignoring you for the most part.
Okay.
All right, you walk past the tent. There's kind of an entrance point to it, so if you're not walking past that point and you just kind of walk around the side to kind of listen in a bit, you can, because it's a tent kind of cover, like material, you can hear pretty clearly what's going on inside. Hold on, let me just find exactly what it is that you hear at this point in time. Okay, you hear a strong yell from somebody you presume to be the captain, and he's yelling at somebody. You don't know if it's the same person who was yelling at before, but he's kind of furious now. You hear that it's a quiet... Actually, I want you to roll a perception check again.
Okay.
If you're listening in, you can do it with advantage.
With advantage?
Yep.
Okay, so first one's a 13. Or a 17.
Okay.
Plus,
With the 17,
plus
you hear
wait,
it.
Plus 2, which is 19.
19. Okay, yeah, you hear kind of clearly. There's a voice from inside saying, "Sir, I hate to add to your plate of concerns, but we've just gotten word that 4 men have been taken down, 4 of our men." And at this, the captain you hear a shuffle, and then a what? 4 men this time? Is that how many? And you hear kind of a silence for a while, and then like another shuffle. This is ridiculous. This operation can't continue this long. We need to find that man, and we need to find him now. I know that he's behind this. We've run into him before. We'll take him down next time. Go look for him. And when you find more information, come back to me. Until then, I want to see your face.
Woohoo.
And then you hear like, yes, sir. And you hear another shuffling. You hear more shuffling, and then somebody exits out of the tent. A dejected-looking bandit. And then you hear like a sort of fist hitting something sound, solid coming from inside.
Do not want. I'm gonna go find Baron.
All right, Baron, what are you doing?
Taking his short rest in the...
You've taken you've taken a short rest. After 1 hour, you get up. You're awake, and you see that your friend what was his freaking name again? Stakrir.
Stakrir.
That's such a... It's an interesting name. His surname is much cooler, which you don't know.
He says, "Thank you, staccato."
He's not there. He's missing. As far as you can tell, he's not there.
Yeah. Aaron decides to walk outside and walk back to tent.
To which tent? Hello? I can't, you still can't hear you. You're like, I think that when you start talking, the first bit of what you say cuts out for a bit.
Gregory.
Gregory's tent. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
That worked.
So I'll see you on the way.
Alright, so you see him there. Yerrick, Ilya, what are you guys doing? After the short rest, I'm guessing you guys are awake as well. You wouldn't have been with Core, I don't think, if you went out immediately. Core, it's up to you whether you decide to relay any information or not.
Waiting for us to regroup, I guess, and decide what to do next.
Alright, if you just want to exit the tent and walk up to the other two, Ilya. You're muted! Hello.
Ilya probably wasn't resting so much as just kind of like watching the mannerisms of the people, like just kind of like seated outside the tent watching everybody.
Ah, okay.
So
Yeah, if you wanted
when
to do that,
people
then you
are-
would have already... Okay, if you were not taking it... So you weren't taking a short rest, then?
Nope.
Okay, in that 1 hour that would have passed, you would have seen that at some point somebody else would have come out of the captain's tent, and before, like, after the hour had passed, during that 1 hour, you would have seen a few people kind of come up to the campfire and put it out. It had been on up to this point. Forgot to mention, sorry. Put out the campfire. A few people go into that slightly bigger but smaller than the biggest tent. The medium-sized one, let's say. Which is kind of opposite where you guys are staying. And come out again. People seem to go in there with dishes and come out with nothing. So you can kind of guess probably from that what that tent is, how it functions.
Yeah.
Aside from that, people kind of give you stares a lot because they're not sure of who you are. Their stares that they give you, you can tell just from looking, are very different from the stares they give Yerrick. And up until the point that Core got up, you couldn't really hear anything crazy coming from the tent. You did hear a bit of a few loud noises up to this point. At no point during this time did the captain actually exit the tent.
Okay.
So that's what you would have seen up to this point.
Clocking points of interest when people start regrouping.
Okay. I guess the main points of interest, you've got the fireplace in the middle, you've got tents everywhere, you've got a big tent to your side, kind of to the right, and you've got that sort of medium-sized tent that people seem to frequently enter and exit, kind of across from where you are.
Okay.
Alright, so if you guys are all outside the tent and you're all regrouped, is there anything specific you want to do at this point?
I want to talk to Baron inside the tent in private.
Alright, you guys regroup, you guys go inside the tent, and you're there, you're with Baron. What are you guys up to?
Hey, I'm going to say to Baron... Oh wait, does Baron want to say something? I can't hear.
What is it, Pixie?
That's real me. Okay. Baron. I noticed that you're a very, charismatic guy. You like to put on a show. I don't like being center of a tent. I would much prefer if you could play Gregory and I, you know, gave you this cloak. You'd do a much better job than I would.
That is true. I like putting on performances, and indeed, I would love to talk to the captain. Then,
Sweet. Let's do the old switcheroo. And he gives Baron the cloak and turns his hair orange again. And transforms into normal brown hair Baron.
Okay. Oh yeah, that works because it looks like there's the same amount of people still.
Yeah.
Alright, so as far as everybody else is concerned, they can't really tell the difference because they don't know any of you that well, and they apparently don't know Gregory that well either, so you guys are all together, you guys are outside of the tent, and you can see the tent to your side. As far as you know, there is probably nobody else inside that tent except for the captain. After having that shouting match, well, I say match, but it really wasn't a match. After having that shout at that poor guy. So what do you guys want to do? If anything.
Talk to the captain, I guess.
Alright, if Baron wants to lead the way, you guys can definitely head in that direction. You say yes? Okay, you guys head there. Everybody kind of looks at you in awe as you're entering the tent with like all these other people. If everyone else is following, you enter the tent, and immediately as you do, actually, okay, are you just entering the tent? What are you doing? Do you just want to enter?
Captain.
And you hear a shuffle. What is it?
We enter the tent.
Come inside. And as you enter the tent, you look at the backside of a man who's dressed very differently from all the other bandits. He isn't wearing a black cloak like everybody else is. He's got much more minimalist clothing. He's got kind of like a vest. He's got a very thick belt. He's got pants. He's got shoes as well. He is wearing...
Just a thing.
Okay, he's got more blades on him than the other guys. He does have a scimitar, but he also has a couple daggers. So he's got more knives on him, and they're all shown. He is very muscular. He looks very strong. He's quite a towering figure, just from looking at him from the back. But he looks like a mountain of a man, from what you can see. He's got long, dreaded hair, and there isn't much more to him. He's not wearing all that much. He does seem to be wearing some sort of necklace that you can tell from the back. And as he turns around to look at you... what? Hold on, what? Oh, there it is. Yeah, okay. He looks at the orange-haired figure in front of him. And he stares for a moment. And he asks, "Who are you?" As he's looking at orange-haired Baron in the cloak.
And then pretends to be really confused at, it's Gregory.
And he looks at you with like a more firm look. You're not Gregory. And I know what happened to Gregory. The only thing that could have happened to Gregory. Who are you and why have you come here? Baron, I can't hear you!
I can hear
Hey.
me now.
I can hear you now.
I'm sorry.
Oh,
Baron, it's cutting out.
nah, Baron.
You need like push to talk or something, I swear.
Gregory's
Gregory's what? That's the only thing I heard.
Gregory's brother.
Gregory's brother.
I actually came here because joined this wanting to find him for so long. A few friends who I thought was also interested in your cause.
He kind of looks at you. He turns around and he picks up something off his desk. It looks like some sort of big fruit. And he takes a bite out of it. It's like plump, ovular, kind of football-shaped, yellow, kind of spiky-looking fruit. You can't really tell what it is. He takes a bite out of it and he puts it back. And hold on, oh my god, I keep misplacing my notes. I'm so sorry. He looks kind of unconvinced, and he looks at you. Well, Gregory's brother. Gregory is no more. Unfortunately, he is not part of this organization, as he once was. I did not know he had a brother. Oh shoot, I lost that dice. But I guess you must really care about him if you've come out all this way. I'll tell you what. I'm not really interested in talking to anybody who's not part of our crew here. but I'll make you a deal. Bring us some gems, or, and he grabs the fruit behind him, find out where I can get more of these. And we can talk. Until then, get out. And he turns around. I can't hear you, Baron!
Turns and leaves.
Alright. You can kind of see him put his hand on his scimitar as you guys leave. And as you guys leave the tent, this is where we're probably going to wrap up the session at a very awkward point.
That's fine.
Oh my god. Thank you very much for joining as always. You guys are insane. What the hell? I also...
You knew that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was, there were some interesting roles in there. You guys definitely ended up in a position that I am pleasantly surprised to see you in, I guess. And we'll have an interesting place to pick up from next time.
Job at playing Gregory.
Say again.
The guy didn't seem convinced.
Yeah, the captain didn't.
Friendly-ish. Because Baron's so charming.
He isn't. He was not convinced at all that you're Gregory, but for whatever reason, he does think you're his brother.
Yeah.
He rolled a 2 on that, so he thinks you're his brother probably. And yeah, you guys are like in the bandit stronghold or camp or whatever you want to call it right now, and there's a lot of interesting information that's been dropped. And yeah, we're in a very weird position at the moment.
Yeah.
Hopefully we get Jade back soon.
Hopefully we have Jade back next session. I'm gonna have to catch Jade up.
Yeah.
Because up to this point, who knows where the Jade has been. You guys are like kind of far-ish from the town. You managed to, you followed the tracks like leading up north, and then you like you wound up at the camp anyway. Okay. Fun times. Okay, cool. Thank you everybody who watched on Twitch, and this will be up on YouTube.
Thank you for running
shortly.
this game.
No worries.
Thanks,
Much
Thomas.
love. Thank you very much for making it. I really appreciate all of you heaps. It's really, really fun.
Thomas, I need to tell you, the next game, what's the date? Because I have a feeling that neither Quinny, Emma, or I can make it.
Can't, you said?
Unfortunately. Yeah, so I think we might possibly need to reschedule.
It's exactly 2 weeks from now on the Saturday, which is, and I
The
will
6th.
find out for you.
The 6th, which means we can't do it.
What's happening on the 6th?
have
Oh,
a-
right.
We can reschedule.
In order to... Okay, I might have to ask Emma about this. What if we just do 1 week from now?
The 29th?
Yeah, potentially.
Wait.
Because otherwise we're going to be taking a big break. Which is probably fine, depending on when you guys want to do it. We can't do it on the... The thing is, we can't do it on the 13th because I'll be at your place and we'll still be doing stuff.
Yeah. Well, Quinny and I are going to see a movie on the 29th, but we can probably work around.
Around it.
Yeah.
As long as you guys are okay with that. I'll ask Emma as well if she's okay, but...
Which means we can't see Child's Play at night. Sorry, Quinny. Daytime session.
Or if you guys are okay with it, otherwise we can just skip for like ages.
I'm
Just
good
check
with
with Emma.
whatever.
Okay, so let's tentatively for now, unless something in the next few days comes up where people realize it won't actually work, we can say that we'll do same time Saturday next week on the 29th.
Can I? Yeah, I'll get back to you. I think that's okay.
Yep, all G. I'll ask Emma as well if she's okay with that, and if not, then we'll work out a date.
I don't know when she gets back.
Find out, I guess.
We'll find out. Yeah. I'm sure she'll
Yeah.
tell you.
This is gonna be fun times. Amazing. Oh wow. Okay. Oh jeez.
And people who, well, everyone except Yerrick, apologies. We're playing the Sunday game on the 7th and the 14th.
We
Just
are.
so you know. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
All good.
Because
Hang
we
on.
managed to work out a way that we could.
We're off the 23rd, we're on the 30th.
And on the 7th, on the 14th. I don't know if we'll be playing. I think
Okay.
Emma will probably we'll organise that later, but I think Emma will probably take a few sessions off while she moves to Japan. So.
It's gonna be crazy. Oh my god.
Yeah, but
Well,
Quinny,
okay,
Emma, and
while
I
Emma
are-
is away and I don't have exams, I'm planning on maybe running a one-shot. So Jason as well, if you want to join in on that, we could do that instead of one of our regular Sunday sessions.
Okay.
Maybe we'll think about it.
Yeah, I'll give you details as well. Once I'm done with exams, I'll have time to plan that. So all good.
Yay.
Much
Is it
love.
evil or one shot? Evil.
It's gonna be good.
Right.
Wait, is it
Say again.
evil?
Okay,
You said-
I can voice my idea in here because I might stream it as well. Why not? I had an idea that I stole from somebody else to run a one shot where everybody creates an evil character, and
Done.
you can
I have so
you can
many.
decide the backstory for your character, specifically why they've been arrested, and the goal of this one shot is to escape a dungeon in which you are starting off locked up. And that's it. That's the entire one shot basically. I don't know if that would take like 1, 2, or 3 sessions, but
Okay, so
they-
they don't actually have to beat evils just so much as they have to have done something that they've gotten a.
kind of. But I think it would be fun to have an evil
Real
character.
fun.
Yeah.
Just Thomas, this might be like a really random question, but what level were you going to put that in?
No idea.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't have an idea.
No
yet.
idea.
That
Okay.
will 100% depend on what
options.
monsters I decide first to put in the dungeon, and that'll determine what level I put you guys at. I'm gonna do it
You might
backwards.
you might be seeing Karul if it's a high level.
I think what I'm gonna do is if I do that, I'll design the dungeon and everything first. Then I'll populate it with monsters and traps and all that stuff that I want to do. And then based on how many of us are actually playing and how hard the dungeon is, I'll use that to determine the level.
Okay.
Okay.
But that's just an idea for now, and we'll do that later when Emma can't run her thing. Anyway,
Okay.
all good. Much love. I'll see you guys at
Thank
not
you.
tomorrow, but some point.
At some point.
Yeah, at some
Alright.
point.
Might see you before the Sunday game, but yeah.
Maybe. We'll see. Alright.
Bye.
I'll see you guys potentially next week.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.